to help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword green at realradio921.com. That's green. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. Taco Tuesday. Get a taco on me. Looks like we're going to have another beautiful day in South Florida, which is awesome. Always appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you just listened to Rover and his crew to get you out of the gate. And also get a keyword, because the keyword's 13 times a day, and we got to get a winner. We have not had a winner yet. Good morning, Dom.
Hey there. They could have been listening to, Pill Talk on the Gator with Franny and Megan also.
Yeah, then they didn't get the keyword.
Yeah,
I mean,
well.
we give out keywords there too, but yeah, I get what you're saying. We're listening for Rover.
Is the same keyword for Gator and Real Radio?
I'm not sure. I think it's a nationwide keyword. I know our girl Sarah
Okay.
says that anytime she hears it here, she puts it on the iHeartRadio websites up in Nashville.
All right, so then listen to any station you want.
So it's a nationwide keyword. I don't know.
I
don't
every
know.
station had different ones.
You know what? I don't know.
Beats me.
All right, don't worry about it.
I don't know.
All right, if you're listening to Rover, you get a keyword.
Yes, you do.
If you're listening to Franny and what's the chick's name?
Megan.
I don't know if it's the same keyword, but we'll find out.
We will find out. How about that?
That keyword's definitely for Gator, but maybe Franny's right. It's nation across the whole thing.
100%.
I have no idea.
I know it's a nationwide keyword, but whatever. Who cares?
All right. Stick and move. Try to find it.
Stick and move.
Try to find it. Dom's
Stick
here
and
on
move.
a Tuesday, getting ready for another show. And, of course, good morning to the special one, our leader.
So special.
So special. You are. You know that. Francis, what's up?
What's going on?
What is up on a Tuesday?
Whoop, whoop. What's our keyword for 10 o'clock?
Our keyword for 10 o'clock is green.
All right, green. Green it is.
What about in
green.
Gator?
I have it. It's green.
Okay, so there it is.
Green all over the place.
All right, so just listen to any
Green
station
Eastern time radio station.
Yeah, just
10
listen to
o'clock
any,
Eastern.
Listen to any station you want.
I mean, we want you to keep it in house, right? That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying to make it easy. I think they said if we go 5 weeks without no winners, then employees are open to do it.
No.
You didn't hear that? You didn't hear that?
Nope.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show and anything you'd like to bring up. Also, you can text us at Real Radio 47142, and we'll throw out some topics for you.
I like tacos too.
Yeah, taco. Let's have some tacos for you as the day goes on.
Taco Tuesday.
I got Taco Tuesday in my brain. But we'll throw out some topics as the show progresses. Oh, right out of the gate, we have somebody on the horn. What do you got?
We have Larry on the phone that wants to talk about the keyword.
Ah.
Hi, Larry. Good morning.
What's up, Larry?
Morning. I listen to Jason and Franny on the way to work, and I listen to a few of the other iHeart radios, and they all have the same keyword.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I thought so because I know they say it's a nationwide contest, so that just makes sense.
So how
And I think it's just how you put it in, the different radio stations, so that they know who wins.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I would even take my chances just like our girl said she did. Once she gets a keyword, if it's Eastern, just go to all your favorite radio websites and enter the keyword into all of them for that hour.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. And great show. Continue, and I love listening.
Well, thank
thank
you.
you.
You listen to a lot of shows on iHeart. That's very nice of you. And obviously, we know our show is the best with the most talent. Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
You got it. But the morning show is a little bit better with Franny, too, so.
Since Franny got on it, a lot of people say that.
Well, thank you. And I hope you win, Larry.
Yeah, hope you win.
Hope you win $1,000.
Way to be, Larry.
Bye.
Get that Gino.
Yep.
Put it in your pocket.
Bye.
Put it on the Clippers. Yeah, so you can call us at 877-927-6969. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. Franny's got a unique story right out of the gate, but it's but it is something sometimes when you go to different events. I know I wonder, if I'm with somebody like, hey, when you get invited, do we have a bill?
Did you see this particular story yet? Did you delve into it? So this woman who was invited to the party was just like, this is kind of scummy, right? It's not just me who thinks this. And I think a lot of people saw that. So she's calling out her so-called friends. So this is a Reddit post, and I'm gonna give you the abbreviated version of the story, right? So she said she was invited to a private birthday bash, right? The place wasn't open to the public, but the reason why I mentioned it's private is because it was at a restaurant, but it's a restaurant that her friends Meg and Dave own. Okay. So, and it was their party that they were throwing, right? So it was just closed. The restaurant was closed for the event. They had about 40 guests. They said, it was like a warm welcome. Everybody comes in and they order whatever you want. And they toasted everyone. And at the time they assumed, because with invitation, it was just like, hey, come over and have fun at our restaurant. And of course, I love the order whatever you want. They assumed the evening was at least partially hosted by the birthday deal, right? It's their restaurant. And they're the ones who sent out the invite. But surprise, at the end of the night, the server dropped a bill on every single table. The servers did. So guests were on the hook for their full meals and drinks. Yeah, Not even anything was partially taken care of. They said, some were shelling out over $350 per couple for this birthday party. I know Jimmy was like, oh, that's nothing.
It's a lot.
I know, but the kicker, right? So the couple ended up walking away with $5,000 profits from their closest friends for paying all this. That's how she found out. So, like I said, that's just, I can find out more details. I know this was actually in People magazine, which was funny. So that's just part of it. But they were just like, that's scummy, right? That's not like what you should do. Everyone assumed it was being hosted, as I mentioned, or at least being subsidized. Nobody expected a free night necessarily. Some maybe did, but the vibe was definitely like, hey, you're invited to celebrate with us. Not this is a group dinner and you're footing your own bill. They said that everybody felt that vibe. It was almost like, yeah, we're celebrating. Get whatever you want.
Of course. That's what that means. Now, the only thing I didn't catch early is how did they make money as a couple? You said they profited?
Well, they said that the end she posts but she ends her post by estimating the couple profited around $5,000 from that night off of their closest friends, adding it just felt super icky. We were kind of tricked into attending what was actually a cash grab dinner disguised as a party because it was their restaurant. So I don't know if she knew, like, all right, she estimated, right? Oh. This is what we got. Okay. This is how much So, because this was so obviously they made money off of them. I mean, this was their joint.
They own the restaurant.
Yes.
So it really is the person I always believe who gives the invite in all aspects. If I ever go with a girl, I'll ask her, like, hey, what's going on? What's the deal going in? Even if we go out with couples, because I don't drink. And even when you go out with couples, sometimes you can go out with another couple and they'll whack it up and you're looking at them and they'll go right down the middle. To me, that's not fair. Two people don't drink.
Like, I kind of feel like they got tricked and ambushed by this couple because that's the thing. If you get invited to a birthday party, it's almost understanding that the host pays, or at least pays for some of it, right? Pays for perhaps hors d'oeuvres, some cocktails, whatever it is. And it's their restaurant. Take care of something. They said they didn't take care of a thing.
Yeah, well, I would assume that it would be that way. And I bet you a lot of people, and you might think this is crazy, might not even have went. If they knew they had to pay.
Oh, absolutely.
They would have been like,
and the move is when everybody shows up, they're like, oh my God, welcome, get whatever you want. Yeah. Of course, we're going to pay for it, and you know that.
Get whatever you want on your card. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I have a problem with these people afterwards. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to be friends with somebody like this. I mean, that's you deceived all these people who went to your party.
No, I would definitely, you have to say something. You would really have to say something. The person who gives the invite is the one who should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And I don't think there's anything wrong asking. Doesn't make you look cheap or makes you look like, you don't have the money. Just go, hey, I just want to know the lay of the land before I walk in. That's all.
And I get that maybe, or just even if my assumption was that they were taking care of it, I'd be like, but just let me pay for something or whatever. And then hear what they have to say after that. And they're like, oh, no. Or if they're like, yeah, you're paid for everything, at least you figure it out. But they did say they were just, they said it was a very popular restaurant in town. They do very well at that restaurant themselves. So a lot of people are like, why was it necessary to charge all your friends full price to attend a birthday party that you're hosting?
Well, and I'm sure people would have ordered different too. I'm sorry. When people know somebody else is paying, they're like, oh, yeah, get me this, get me that. I'll have dessert. I mean, you're paying.
And especially when he said, they closed the restaurant. They said right when everybody walked in, Dave, the guy, made a birthday toast to his wife, Meg, and encouraged everybody to order whatever they wanted. And I think when you hear that, too, you're almost like, oh, yeah, it's definitely taken care of, right?
Oh, yeah. I would have been like, I mean, you can't do that to people. That's not cool at all. Dom, you have somebody on the phone?
Yep, we have Evan on the phone.
Evan, good morning and welcome to the program on a Tuesday. Luscious.
Did you call him Luscious?
Yeah, happy Taco Tuesday to y'all.
What's up?
I got two things for you, Greek. One is, now check me if I'm wrong, but I read that Nico Lamiavella, the quarterback from Tennessee that transferred to UCLA, I heard that he's only getting half of what Tennessee was paying him.
There's been a lot of different reports coming out. I don't know what is fact or not, but I did hear that he's only getting half because the whole situation blew up in his face.
Exactly. That's what I just read. It's on CBS Sports is what I just read about 20 minutes ago. So that's kind of, and they say it blew up in his face. That was the exact words in the headlines there. It blew up in his face.
It's common sense. I've always said there's a line between hunger and greed. If you find that you'll be successful. Somebody gave that kid bad advice. And then when he did this, nobody wants to go near him. They're like, we don't want you. And he's an okay quarterback. He's no great quarterback, Heisman potential. Yeah, so I read that, he really screwed the pooch on that.
And the very first thing he said when he signed the contract, first thing, I want to thank God and my country and all that stuff. That's the very first thing he said. And they go like, well, this guy kind of shady and what happened to him kind of deserved it, I think.
Yeah, like I said, he got greedy. I mean, he thought Tennessee was going to be like, okay, we'll give you more money. He probably also figures, I'm not going to make it in the pros. Maybe not. I'll get what I can. But like I said, no matter where you are in life, you got to know your value. Yeah.
Now, another one that did the same thing, and Carson Beck, I know he's going to Miami. I hope he does well. But a friend of mine sent me a YouTube video the other day, and it's of Donald Trump's granddaughter.
Yes.
And she was going to the UCF show, or UCF fight last week or a couple weeks ago. And it was a behind the scenes with her going with her grandfather and all that stuff. And when they get to the stadium in Miami, and it's all dignitaries and all that stuff, and everybody's there. And Shaq's there, of course, and I guess funny story about that. But she's walking through the crowd, and she runs into the Cadaver Sisters. That's what I call them because I don't know how to pronounce their name. But the twins that played basketball in Miami.
Yeah. Cavender, yeah.
Cavender, they got some magic.
Not the Cadaver. Cavender.
Okay, okay. And so anyway, and they're talking, and she goes, "How you doing?" And they say, "Why?" And then she goes, "Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you the true story. Media's not there. They're on her cell phone. Her brother and her are just on her cell phone, and this is recording, so there's no media around."
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't break up because he was cheating. I broke up because he's so immature. He's like a little boy. And she was just going on, and she said that he gets $4 million, and he blows it, just like a little kid. He has and I kept trying to get him to get straight, and he doesn't. He says all he does is gets on his phone and he gets on Snapchat. That's all he does the whole time. They go to parties, they go out, and he doesn't want anybody around him. He doesn't talk to anybody, can't take his picture, don't ask for autographs. She said he's just like a little kid, and and she goes, I'm sorry, Hurricane fans, but I don't think he's going to, until he grows up, he's not going to do well.
Dominic brought up this story. We talked about it. Yeah, it's this is what she's claiming also. Yeah, no, him and I spoke about it off the air with some of the things we're going to mention. And, again, it's just things that are out there. He is getting a ton of money that the Canes gave him. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, Georgia could have matched it. They didn't think he was good enough. You would hope he has a good season, but I think it's going to be tough. And I also think if they don't go well, I don't know if he'll handle it well.
Well, and I think that it got too real for him actually being there in Miami with her. And then she did. I read the story too, Evan, that she's embarrassed. She said nobody likes him. He has an ego. No, you said not. She said he wants people to stop and take a picture of him. Like he seeks that attention. And she said he would just flip off people at bars. She was like, I'd be so embarrassed. So she said he's just kind of an ass. And that's why she's like, and then we broke up and this whole cheating thing came out. She's like, I have no idea why. But I felt like she kind of threw a little fuel on that fire with all these little TikTok videos she was doing.
Yes.
Almost made it seem like she was trying to tell us he cheated.
Yeah, I think she was putting out the little, like you said, things of, oh, this could be going on or that. And anytime anybody puts anything out that's a little cryptic, then people look into it. But again, he's a young kid with $4 million, making more than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. And just situation, right place, right time for him, and we'll see if he produces. I think he'll have an okay year because Miami's not the team Georgia is. I mean, he's not going to have that great defense behind him, obviously, and he's not going to get the ball, at the 45-yard line. So we'll see what happens. But he definitely bit off more than he could chew, and he's going to have a lot of tension on him. And from what people are saying of him, if it doesn't go well, I don't know if he'll handle it. So we'll see.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's basically what she's saying because he needs to grow up.
Yeah.
Another thing about Shaq, it was funny. She was talking about Shaq was walking by, and she was walking by Shaq, right, actually, and she tripped over his big foot because he's like a 18 or 20, whatever, size of his foot.
Yeah.
And she says, as she was falling, she caught her balance, but Shaq grabbed one of her chicken nuggets and started eating it as she was falling. Didn't try to grab her or anything, like he grabbed her chicken nugget. She said that was really fun. Yeah.
He's got quick hands, Shaq.
But it was really, pardon me?
He's got quick hands.
Yeah, exactly. But I was pretty good. But I did read that, about the kid out of UCLA, and you were talking about karma, and look what happened. Karma happened to him, just like what you were talking about beforehand.
He definitely got some bad advice from somebody thinking that he can go into Tennessee and get more money. And you got to be sure. When I do the show, I always try to, obviously we're sports. We have a lot of sports in all our shows, but you got to realize when you're going to your boss or anybody, you got to make sure you know what you're doing because they will say to you like, okay, see you later. And that's not a great feeling because then, you know what? You're painted into a corner. There's nothing. He's lucky UCLA signed him. He might be playing at a smaller school.
Yeah. Well, apparently his brother's going there as well. He's transferred from Arizona, I guess, to go there to be with him as well.
All right. Well, they can have Thanksgiving together. He definitely has a mark on him going in. We'll see what happens with him. Evan, we appreciate the call as always, and thanks for joining in.
Hey, peace out and enjoy your taco.
You got it.
So to get back to that restaurant story, somebody texted up 47142, started off with Real Radio. Saying, because there was a story that we were talking about how a woman said a bunch of people got invited. It was her friends who owned a restaurant. They shut it down for about 40 guests for their birthday celebration. And then at the end, when they walked in, they were like, oh, have whatever you want. At the end, they all got full bill. Like they said, nothing was taken off. Nothing was discounted. So at 47142, somebody texted on the restaurant B-Day party, restaurant owners need to rectify this scenario with some big-time gift cards and their thank you notes to all of their guests. Otherwise, they won't be there next year. And he could be right. I'm sure they pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure. And the thing is, it's not just the 40 people. They tell people. And then it gets on Reddit. So it's not like in anything.
Yeah, this is a People magazine. But we also don't know the name of the restaurant. So it was very vague.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come out.
Yeah.
As the story gets bigger. But like anything else, bad news travels way quicker than good news. It just is. Whether it's people, a certain situation, a establishment. If something goes down bad, somebody gets, taken out, they're going to tell everybody. So the 40 people could turn into 400. And that's not a good thing. And I agree with that. I think I would definitely say, maybe not a gift card, just say, hey, come back. The next meal's on us. You're welcome to come back, something like that. But I think when you go to a party and people say order whatever you want, to me that means order whatever you want.
It's on them.
Yeah. It's like when we went out to dinner for Christmas and I split it. I looked at you guys and go, all right, we're going to split this up now. You would have been like, what? You invited us. I thought this was a Christmas celebration. Exactly right. It's the same scenario. You would be like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And Dom, you would have put all your bags down and you would have left. Yeah, that's not a good thing. It is a good thing. When you have a party or any kind of get together, you should say. I mean, that's the whole thing. And if you don't say, and like I said earlier, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with that. Saying, hey, what's going on? Do we get whatever? When you say to somebody, get whatever you want, that means get whatever you want. So even my friends sometimes they complain about girls what they order. I'm like, if somebody gets market price, that's on you. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, you would think the girl would do the right thing and get something nice or whatever and fine, but there's some girls, they don't care. Lock and loaded. Give me a lobster. And you're paying. It is the Penthouse. If you have an opinion on this, we'd love to hear it. We'll come back. We're going to do a trifecta this day in history. The GM of the Dallas Mavericks, I don't know how he has a job, and I don't know what's wrong with this guy. There is something not right, and he's getting paid millions of dollars. Shannon Sharp's on ESPN today. Boy, did his story go crazy in the afternoon. Some of the text messages that he released were
his attorney, yeah, I read them too this morning.
They were $25K a cheek.
A butt cheek.
Yeah. It's just really bad. Again, maybe everybody should also think about stuff like this.
But they can be bad, and this is the thing. We have to play devil's advocate here because she said it was a consensual relationship until it wasn't.
I'm not saying I agree 100%.
Because that's why they're putting out because she's a freak. That girl, she likes some stuff, a lot of stuff.
But doesn't mean.
And it doesn't because they did say it was consensual. They just said it was one time that it wasn't, and that's what no means no. So that's the thing. We still have to play it by ear. But man, shit, like I got sweaty reading those text messages. I was like, wow.
And maybe somebody could also learn from all this. And maybe it's the person who puts the cool and okay is a smart one. Because when you put stuff down in text messages and stuff, people, you know what? If there's ever a bad situation, they got a picture. That's why they say I save receipts. I think it was terrible they did that to her. I really do.
And she might come out with her own text messages, too, that have the bad stuff in it. I guess we'll see. But they're just trying to get ahead of it. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to paint her, be like, look, this girl wanted to be choked out. This girl wanted to be handcuffed. Look at all the stuff she sent out.
Put a collar around me.
Yeah. I mean, that's so they're just building character right now is what they're doing. And that's what any attorney is going to do for their client.
Yeah, I think it was just, wow, when you see that, though, some of those text messages were, like, unbelievable. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, so those are some of the things we'll get into and so much more on a Tuesday. The keyword this hour is, Dom?
Green.
Green. Say it with some juice. Green. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
When you look at the jobs that the immigrants into America, illegal or otherwise, tend to take, they legitimately just are jobs that a lot of Americans are never going to do. When you go to a place like an oranges farm.
Yes, an oranges farm, Sean. That's exactly what they're called.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the oranges farm.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
A decent drive along your expressways. The Turnpike currently accident-free, although on 95 we do have a vehicle fire. 95 southbound off-ramp to Southern Boulevard. That off-ramp currently closed. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
Hey, it's Greek. If you want number one in water filtration system, it's Alini Water Filtration System. Hey, it's the Greek for Alini Water Filtration System. Call them today, 954-646-7402. I didn't think it'd make a difference in my life, but it does. Jump in the shower, and I come out feeling like a perfect 10. Walk over to my faucet, get some water, and I'm happy because you know what? I'm saving money, and it's good for my health. It's simple, it's safe, and it's clean, and it's no hassle. Call them today, 954-646-7402. Alini Water Filtration System. It'll make a difference in your life, and it makes a difference in my life. Soon as I get out of bed, I feel like a winner. Pay.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
The office, West Palm Beach.
Doesn't anybody fix things anymore? It's like all we can think about is replacements. Your TV dies, you get a new one. You rip your pants, you get a new pair. Last time I caught a cold, I was worried the wife might trade me in. If your car is worth fixing when it has problems, and your home gets repaired when it needs improvements, how about fixing the garage door your car comes through instead of spending a fortune to replace it? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians are not incentivized to upsell you to a new garage door when all you need is an expert repair. We got the parts, we got the training, and the personal drive to think, how can we get this baby back to working like she's supposed to? How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Garage doors are a she, right? Like a ship? Pretty sure it's a she.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restricted supply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today by calling 844-844-iHeart. That's 844-844-iHeart.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
What up, fellow Gen Xers? Elizabeth Banks here. As the original Latchkey kids, we took things into our own hands, like house keys and video game controllers. And now it's time for us to do it again, because the recommended age to get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. We're at over 6 times greater risk compared to adults under 50. So go to vaxassist.com and schedule. Gen X, this is our shot. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 4th, 2025.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies remain dry as we continue to move through our Tuesday morning. Temperature is starting to head up into the 70s out there, with our highs back near the low to mid-80s today. We'll stay dry with just a few passing clouds. Winds out of the east around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Dry conditions continue tomorrow. We're back in the 80s again for the day on Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, So let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Always appreciate you guys listening to us on 921 or 101.7. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Of course, Francis is here.
Oh, what's going on?
And it's time for this day in history in a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, the Panthers, game one tonight. They started up, baby. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning up in Tampa. Hopefully they stay away from the strip clubs. They try right now to hold their crown. They have the Stanley Cup. Let's go, Panthers. You can hear them on Real Radio tonight. Marlins won yesterday 6-3 over the Reds. Hats off to the Marlins. They're playing good so far. It looks like right now they're on pace to go over their season win total, where people were pounding it early on. The Marlins, the first month, have really played good for what they have. A lot of young kids out there. Last night in the NBA, the Pistons won 100-94 over the Knicks. Big win for them. That series is tied 1-1.
6 points. Boo.
Boo. We wanted less than 5. Clippers, they ended up winning 105-102 over Denver. That series is tied, too. Tonight, there's 3 more games in the NBA. We'll see if the Grizzlies can make a better attempt. The other night, they got beat by 50 by Oklahoma City. So I assume they're going to come out and be a little bit angry.
What do you think the spread is on that game?
14.
Did you see it already?
I'm guessing 14,
okay, I'm just
15.
wondering, just because of how badly they got beat.
No, they're not going to make it like 20. They just had one of their worst games ever. The Lakers are playing tonight, Minnesota. I think Minnesota, I think they play it closer. Maybe get a W again. And the Pacers and Bucks. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield. And it's in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Now we're with Franny for this day in history.
It's 15.
Ooh, sorry.
On this day in history.
All right, here we go. Back in the day on April 22nd, 161 years ago, 1864, Congress authorized the use of the phrase, "In God We Trust," on the U.S. coins.
Oh, nice.
59 years ago, 1966, Wild Thing by the British band The Drogs was released in the U.S. The theme song of the Rebellious Pitcher. Remember Charlie Sheen played Major League?
Yeah. He came out wild. That was so funny.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
56 years ago, 1969, we have John Lennon legally changed his middle name from John Winston Lennon to John Ono Lennon. Did you know that?
No, but I knew he loved her.
55 years ago, 1970, the first Earth Day was celebrated. Today's Earth Day.
Oh, very
nice.
Earth Day. Let's go plant a tree litter.
49 years ago, 1976, Barbara Walters became Network TV's first anchor woman when she signed on to co-anchor the ABC Evening News with Harry, is it Reisner? Do you know? Reisner for $1 million a year.
Mingita.
47 years ago, 1978, John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd first appeared as the Blues Brothers on SNL. 42 years ago, 1983, the amazing film Losing It was released, starring Tom Cruise as a teenager who crosses the border to Tijuana to lose his virginity. Remember that? He was trying to get himself some Spanish fly.
Yeah. I remember it vaguely, but I do remember it.
Yeah, I remember that, watching that as a kid. 40 years ago, 1985, Prince released his 7th album, Around the World in a Day. That features Raspberry Beret, if you're curious. 31 years ago, 1994, Richard Nixon died of a stroke at the age of 82. 25 years ago, 2000, following the orders of Attorney General Janet Reno, federal agents raided the home where Elian Gonzalez was hiding. Remember that? Oh
yeah,
man.
that was
huge news. Yep.
Yeah.
And reunited
Nationwide.
the boy with his father. Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Your favorite movie, 23 years ago, 2002, Deep Throat, starring Linda Lovelace.
Why do you do this? Why?
Deep Throat star Linda Lovelace did die from injuries she suffered in a car crash.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, not from the movie?
Not from the movie. She was only 53. 21 years ago, 2004, Pat Tillman was killed by what they say friendly fire in Afghanistan. He's the NFL player who enlisted in the Army because of September 11th.
Yeah. Unbelievable player and a very sad story.
15 years ago, 2010, Bret Michaels had a brain hemorrhage. Thankfully, he didn't die. He spent 2 weeks in the hospital, but obviously made a full recovery. Still got him today. And 13 years ago, if you're a fan, it's a great show. 2012, Veep premiered. God, I can't believe 2012. Veep premiered on HBO and did run. God, how long has that show been running? 7 seasons? It's not on anymore, but you can still catch it on Netflix. And there you go. That's what happened this day in history.
Thank you, Franny. Good job, as always. We do it once a day to reflect the day we're in. So far, if you want to get involved, you can text us or call us. It was on, if you were invited to a party and you assumed that it was on the house and they gave you a tab, how would you handle that? Well, you have to pay, obviously. You can't stiff them.
And they said, order whatever you want.
Yeah, order whatever you want. Order whatever you want makes me think that somebody else is paying. So Franny also has another topic to go along with the other one, a couple mistakes that people make in the first month when they get dropped. A month, it depends how many times you see a person in a month, too. Could be once or twice. But
And by dropped, you mean dumped.
yes.
Yeah.
I try to be nice.
Okay. Get dropped. Now, they say people who get dumped in the first month make these 9 what they call cringy mistakes. And if you're seeing that you're doing this, maybe you might want to stop if you really like the person that you're with.
Should we guess on some of them?
Do whatever you want.
Be too clingy or tell somebody you love them right away. Is that in there?
But I thought this was after you get dumped.
No,
Yeah,
this is the mistakes that they make to get dumped.
yeah,
Like
get
people who
dumped,
get
okay.
dumped in the first month tend to make these 9 mistakes. But yes, number 2, they use the L word way too early. Saying I love you too early or using it casually without sufficient emotional depth may signal a lack of seriousness or you're too crazy, just kidding, or desire to move into a committed relationship way too quickly.
Yep, I can see that. How about if somebody is perceived to be cheap?
Well, I guess this kind of goes with this. It's not. If someone, number 7, they ask for money.
Yeah, that's
If
cheap.
someone asks for money within the first month of dating, it'd be a sign they're not financially responsible or have other issues they're relying on you to solve.
Mm-hmm. Tommy, got any on top of your head? Mistakes you made?
I can't think of any right now. I mean, not me, but just cheating. Is that on the list?
It should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not.
If you're cheating in the first month.
Well, yeah, you should expect to get dumped.
Can we see
Something
other
that's
people?
like kind of like number 2, number 1, they make plans too soon for the future, right? There should be no pressure time to get to know each other.
That's right. Yeah. What are you
Number
doing?
3, you can lump in that. They talk about their future wedding. Don't get ahead of yourself. You'll have plenty of time to plan a wedding if the relationship makes it past the 1 month mark. Also, no one wants to hear that you've been planning a wedding on your own. It comes across as very eager or desperate.
I got the place picked out.
Yeah.
Already. I just need a guy. What else is on that list?
They introduce their date to their entire family. Set aside month number 1 as getting to know you time. You don't want your grandma coming to conclusions about where the relationship is headed before you even do.
Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know, I know everybody's different. Everybody has different thoughts. But I think if you're introducing somebody to your family, I think it should be something that you think, hey, this might go someplace. I mean, you never know, obviously. But, yeah, you should definitely wait.
Yeah. Number 5 here, these are things that'll probably get you dumped after the first month. They co-purchase or want or ask to co-purchase something together. Don't go buying a dog. Don't even get an antique table together or a couple's membership to the zoo. Who cares? They said, don't even buy a lottery ticket together. You guys have only been dating a month. No co-purchases.
I agree.
Yep. They slam their ex. Your date wants to get to know you, not the jerk who dumped you. Number 7, we did. They asked for money. Number 8 here, they give them a key. They said, draw some careful boundaries. Don't start being like, oh, he's a key, like trying to merge living in too soon after a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 9 here, they show up at your work unexpectedly. Let her brag to all her coworkers about you for months before you make an appearance. Her or his, that's their workspace. Respect it. And when you do eventually show up at work, bring flowers, be nice about it. But they say, yeah, that first month is too soon.
Yeah. I think a lot of these are no-brainers, but I think people make them. I think also it could be on there, but it's probably not like when you text somebody like 20 times a day or call them all the time. I think you might feel like, ooh, this is a little bit too much to me. There's a fine line where I think you want to miss the person. You're eager to see their call. But if you look at them it's like, oh, again? Like what's new? 2 hours later. I just talked to you 2 hours ago. I'm at the track. I'm down 1,300. Now I'm down 1,800. What else is going to be different?
Did you need that update?
Did you need that update? Yeah, let us know. Things that maybe you think why people get dumped in the first month. It also could be lifestyle. I think like maybe one's into one thing, the other one you notice right away. Maybe one's a drinker, the other one's not. When you first meet somebody you really don't know, and then you can go out with them and see their behavior and be like, this is a little bit too much to me. Or it could be anything. It could be partying, drinking, whatever it is. I think there could be a lot of different things. But yeah, the first month, if you're like somebody, just play it loose. Very casual. That's the way you should. Maybe like the first 2 years. Just very casual. Just hang out there. See what happens. So Nico Richardson is a name that nobody really knew until this biggest trade went down probably in the last 20 years in NBA history. And a lot of times, less is more. Sometimes the more you say on a situation, and you should learn this as you become an adult, become older, the worse it gets. So he has a press conference a week ago, and he only invites certain reporters.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing that was bad because he didn't want anybody to push back on him. Then he has a press conference yesterday, and he says in front of everybody, and it's all over the place, I didn't realize how big Luka was to our fan base.
Yeah, I saw that.
How the hell do you say that, getting paid the money? You're the GM. Are you kidding me? If I was the owner, I would have took him right out of the chair and said, pack your, and I can't do the third one. Just say, you made the trade. It's over. I know that people may be unhappy about it, but that's life. And this is what it is. But to say that you weren't in touch with the fan base, to me, it shows you're not even in touch with the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Luka was probably the most popular player in that Mavericks history next to Dirk years ago. And I just can't believe that he even said that. Everybody's talking about it, and it just blows my mind that this guy's getting paid millions of dollars. He said we had injuries. That's why we didn't play well. We didn't finish well. Granted, injuries happen. I give him that. There's no doubt about it. But you had to pull the trade, stand behind it. And that's it. I'm sure his life is totally different where he can't even go out in Dallas anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dave, there's an article about that. Because before, nobody even knew who he was. You wouldn't even know the guy. This is the only thing you knew about this guy was he's the one who messed up the Nike big meeting, right?
With Steph Curry.
Yeah. When they had a big meeting, he was like a big executive for Nike, and Steph Curry walked into the office, and they had a big meeting. It was all about Kevin Durant. And Steph was like, I'm out of here.
Wrong PowerPoint.
You can't even get this right. So I don't know. Like I can't believe that this guy said this. Or I can't believe that he doesn't go over stuff with his team. Like today's the press conference. This is what we're going to say. If the three of us had a press conference and it was an issue, we've been talking about this is what we're going to say, yada, yada. And he comes out. And I can't believe that anybody, maybe if he did go over it, didn't say to him, bro, you can't say that. Like, how did you not know that he's that important to the fan base? Really? Did you ever check the jersey sales? Did you see everybody going crazy for Luka? So I don't know. I found it odd. A lot of people said it. I think every situation you can learn something from and also put in your own life. Sometimes less is more. Like, it's a bad decision. Just let it go, and it'll go away. What he's doing is he's keeping it alive.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing for him that could happen is the Lakers lose to Minnesota.
Yep.
And then the Lakers are out. As the Lakers go farther and farther, if they do, it's going to be worse for him and people are going to be on him. But, yeah, I just thought that was just unbelievable. That he said he didn't know how popular Luka was. If I was there as a reporter, I would have been like, bro, you're kidding, right? Like, are you sniffing NyQuil? Like,
and nobody questioned him?
No,
during the press conference?
It was his press conference. He was speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was open to questions or
Got
not.
it. Okay.
The clip that they showed everybody was him saying that, like, hey, I didn't know he was that popular. I didn't know people were going to lose their cookies, stuff like that. To me, you're not in touch with the fans. You're just not. He's the biggest thing. I mean, it would have been like the Gators talking about Tim Tebow when he was there. Like, we didn't realize how big Tebow was. I mean, he's your star player. Every team's got stars. You know who the stars are. Come on. And when he walked off, I don't know. Like, when he went home last night, I'm sure if he walked into his girlfriend's or wife's house, she probably opened the door and goes, really? Like, now we can't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Did we move?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the other night, and then when he played last week, 2 weeks ago, and Lucas scored 45, they were screaming his name, like, fire him, fire him, fire him.
And last week, AD got hurt again, and the camera went straight from AD walking off the court, straight to Nico Harrison, and just, oh, yep, there he is. It's all his fault.
Well, Anthony Davis gets hurt the whole time. I mean, he just
every game.
He's always hurt. Anthony Davis, a great player, but that's one of his problems. But again, when you're a leader, you got to know what to say. And he's got 3 more years on his contract. He did say, "I will finish out the whole 3 years." I'm betting he doesn't. I'm betting he gets blown out. We'll see what happens. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. It's a Taco Tuesday, by the way. If you guys want to get involved with the show, you can text us or call us. But the best way you can get involved is to win $1,000. That's how you can. You get the keyword and make it happen. And the keyword this hour, Dom, is
green.
All right, a little bit more juice.
You got a few more minutes to put that in now.
Yeah, there's not much time left.
Hey, you only need a second to pick up that phone. It is green. And that's the keyword for every station. So if you listen to any of our stations, that's
So you got to put it into the station website. And our station website is realradio921.com.
Yeah. We really want it doesn't matter to us as long as you win. You can put it on other radio stations. That's not true. We don't want anybody else to win. Come on. Boo! Go with Real Radio. Come on. Make it happen if you can. We really want you guys to win $1,000. And then we have a giveaway today at 11:45.
What do we got, G-Man?
Pantera?
There you go. Nice job.
That was close. I was out last night. I was talking to some girl was walking over to me and my friends, and my buddy's like, right in my ear, he goes, "You know her name? You know her name? You know her name?" And I did, but I started sweating. I go, "Oh my God, did I forget?" And then I nailed it right when she walked over.
Good. Look at you remembering names.
Oh, yeah.
Changing right before our very eyes.
I'm like, "Hi, Ralph. What's going on?" I said, "You look great tonight. Did you get new glasses? I love your hair." Yes, that's going to be at 11:45 and your chance to play with us. And it's the Greek Casino Roulette. We had a winner yesterday. We always do. We appreciate you guys always tuning into Real Radio. But the $1,000 is the big thing. We're going to go to break in a couple minutes. And when we do, Rover will give you another keyword. But we got to make it happen. I mean, this is day 7, and so far we're getting goose eggs. Not that I'm losing faith, but I just think somebody's got to pull it out and just nail it and get $1,000. We did talk about Shannon Sharp's story. We'll talk about that a little bit later, how crazy that's gotten text messages. Could be a thought to everybody. Think about when you're sending a text message, maybe. It really could. I mean, that's the first thing I said to a couple people. Like, you got to think. Those were some unbelievable text messages. Franny said she read them, and she's like, wow. So they were pretty impressive. There's no doubt about it. I do feel bad for her. Because eventually her name's going to come out.
Oh, yeah. I
mean, you know that. Now it's John Doe, but it's going to come out.
Jane. She's not a John.
Okay. Well, you never know.
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe, John Doe, whatever. It's crazy. And he is so arrogant, too. There are people who are saying they're surprised ESPN had him on TV today. Again, he's only being accused. But still, it's one of those really, really stories that just took such a spin.
And he'll probably address it. He lightly addresses it like every time.
Yeah, he does. Yesterday they talked to him about it a little. Obviously, he says he's innocent. None of it is true. So we'll see what happens. It'll end up in court, and who knows. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We're going to come back with our first batch of Florida stories and so much more. Peace.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round one is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. On Real Radio.
A decent drive along your expressways. The Turnpike currently accident-free, although on 95 we do have a vehicle fire. 95 southbound off-ramp to Southern Boulevard. That off-ramp currently closed. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Rousseau.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon, all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Hey, it's Franny, and we know GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better. With GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway, they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are two ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. Whether you're selling your daily driver, pickup, SUV, or even a supercar, they want it. Just enter your VIN or license plate at GiveMeTheVin.com and get an instant offer in minutes.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Do you have multiple broken or missing teeth? The care team at Eric's Dental Group, a unique dental implant practice, can help you use your Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO or Florida Blue to pay for life-altering dental implant treatment. Your insurance company will never volunteer to help. That's where Team Eric's comes in. They guide you through the medical insurance bureaucracy. They do it every day, and they're great at it. If you're ready to change your life, search Eric's Dental Group right now. ericsdentalgroup.com.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's the Greek for Pollard Coffee. They offer delicious food, amazing coffee, and house-made gelato that everybody will love. Their menu is crafted with fresh, premium ingredients, offering unique coffee recipes, and a taste that you'll never forget. They have it all there under one roof. If you want breakfast or lunch, it's a great place to stop in. Pollard Coffee in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Take it from your boy. I give you winners every day in sports games. I'm giving you a winner today with Pollard Coffee. Stop in. Peace.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's all to 321-321.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Paul. We are expecting a beautiful rest of the day. Mostly cloudy skies, those white puffy cumulus clouds, in addition to a few of those upper-level cirrus clouds. Mixed with those temperatures climbing into the low and mid-80s, we would be much warmer if it were not for that cloud cover. Onshore wind gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 4th, 2025.
What the Florida is sponsored by FAMU's MMERI. Educate, Learn, Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. You got a new keyword that just came at you from our boy, Rover. Mr. Dominick's in the house. Let's ask him a quick question. Are you a little sleepy today? I see you slapping your face a little.
Just trying to,
Keeps up. Did you go out last night late?
No. Just watch the games,
Okay. So you're a little tired today? You want me to put it in neutral? Because I'll set it up anytime you
Just
want.
trying to wake up for the show,
You better wake up. It's 10 o'clock. Damn it. Jesus.
It's 11 o'clock.
What are you, a supermodel? Oh, my God.
It is 11 o'clock.
Francis is here.
What's up?
You hear that quiet, nice voice. It's 11 o'clock.
It is 11.
It is time for some Florida stories.
Florida. Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Alrighty. What the Florida? I forgot. Yesterday, remember I was looking at those photos? I was like, holy moly, 15 years ago. And I just posted them. If you want to check them out, Real Radio 921 on our Instagram. From 15 years ago, we were in Las Vegas. Probably one of our first broadcasts, maybe second.
Yeah, and we were at the church. Or am I wrong? The nightclub?
It was Tao, yeah.
Tao. Yeah, it was a great time.
A party. And I did our second. Because I think maybe our first trip was when we went with the Hawaiian Tropic Girls. Does that make sense?
I don't remember.
I don't know. We went a few times. But anyways, I looked at my Facebook memories. I was like, 2010.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago.
And Franny looks exactly the same.
Seeing it out. Actually, not bad.
Great times, Tom. Great times.
Great times. Actually think, and I'm not trying to put my figures better because back then I could eat what I was like. I didn't really work out because I was young, and now I have to actually put effort into it. So, but
you look sick.
But yeah, Greg looks the same. Got Johnny in there. Drew Dog Kingpin of Promotions in there.
Yep.
It's crazy. Anyways, so back to Florida stories. Let's get to this. There is a dude who I just saw on Instagram. It pulled up on one of those Florida websites. And this is a story I'm about to talk about. It is all over this place. This scumbag, Tampa man arrested. Well, no, he attacked an 11-year-old girl he thought was throwing eggs at his apartment. So the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the deputies went to Allison Park Place. This was on Saturday around noon for a report that a dude was assaulting a child. His name is Marius Matu, 43 years old, told deputies that for the past week, someone was throwing eggs at his apartment. So The sheriff's office said that when it happened again on Saturday, he saw an 11-year-old girl walking nearby and just assumed it was her. Didn't see her doing it, just assumed.
Terrible.
So he chased her, forced her to the ground. There was video of the incident that was provided by the sheriff's office. You hear the child screaming for help while he's restraining her on the ground. The sheriff's office stated that Mutu claimed he was taking a picture of her to show the apartment manager. That's why he was holding her down.
That's terrible.
11 years old. Yep. Well, he was charged with attacking the 11-year-old girl. His bond was set at $6,000, which is not enough. But that video is everywhere, that way that he was restraining her and holding her down just so he could take a picture to show the apartment manager. This girl had nothing to do with it.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So this guy is getting blasted as he should.
Yeah, and that's a word you don't really ever use. So when you use it, it's strong.
What?
Scumbag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up, in your What the Florida. Man, I know raccoons are cute, but
they're tough.
Sometimes you maybe want to hug them. You want to pick them up.
We used to have a couple
They're
around
wild
here.
animals. Don't do it.
And then one looked like you used to pump up.
No, we still get them every now and then because they eat the cat food that's out here. It's free food for them. But yeah, they will buck up to you. They're like, and what? If you walk outside, they're not scared. And this woman she's recovering, a Palm Beach County woman, after being attacked by a raccoon in her own backyard. This happened to PGA National.
Wow.
Palm Beach Gardens. Gail Hines was getting ready for a day at the beach. She said that, I was getting ready to go to the beach, realized I need to grab my beach bag and put my towel in it. So I grab it, and I'm starting to put the towel in. I notice there's a lot of sand at the bottom of the bag. So I figure, I'll just go outside in the courtyard and empty out some of the bushes. So she opened her sliding door and immediately felt something bite her leg.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't even provoked. She's like, I felt something on my leg biting me, and I look, and there's a huge raccoon attached to my leg.
Oh,
and I just screamed, and of course, shook him off. The raccoon ran to the corner of the yard. She said, I went in the bathroom, put my leg over the sink, grabbed some peroxide, started just dousing it, of course. She said several puncture wounds, bleeding like crazy.
Wow.
Said she tried yelling for her husband, who soon realized was out on a run. He wasn't even home. When he returned, the two rushed to the emergency room.
You gotta worry about
She's
rabies.
like, all I could think about was rabies, yeah. And what the vaccine would be like. So she's funny. She's like, I just finished watching that 1923 series, and one of the women at the ranch had gone out and was attacked by a mountain lion. A little different. But she had to go through all the rabies vaccinations. A little different from 1923. But yeah, the long needle goes in the stomach. She's like, that was my biggest fear.
That's gotta kill.
Thankfully, she said the vaccine was different, but still painful. She said the worst were the ones that they put right into the wound itself. Ouch.
Did they get rid of the raccoon? Did they call anybody?
Well, no, I mean, the raccoon it ran off. They said by the time the raccoon got here, the raccoon had come to the pool to get some water and then wandered to the end of the courtyard. And, poor dude. He's dead. What happened? Well, I know she got bit, so I don't want to say poor dude. But yeah, they said her daughter came to the house to wait for the Palm Beach County Animal Care to arrive. And she said by the time they got here, the raccoon came to the pool, get some water, then wandered to the end of the courtyard, spit up some blood, keeled over, and died. Ooh. So does this woman have rabies? I'm just kidding. The raccoon died. Spit up blood and died.
It's usually the other way around.
Oh, my goodness.
Probably has stomach
But they
virus.
did. She was like, she must have. And of course, you assume, and I think you just have to. So they said that, yeah, they took the raccoon, who was then sent to the state lab for testing. They called and said, good news, he didn't have rabies.
Wow.
Yes.
Again, the story yesterday and today, when you go outside, look first. Raccoons, alligators. I mean, we all just open the door and just willy-nilly out there. And look at this lady. She went out and she got bit by a raccoon.
Well, that's what they said. She was like, it was very unusual because the animal died on its own after the exposure to her, right?
Yeah.
And they said that there was an indicator that there was something wrong with the raccoon. He was probably already sick, and that's why they get aggressive like that, which you would automatically assume it would be rabies. But, anything can happen. They said if it's acting sick, if they have any kind of neurological behavior, that's when they can attack you. It doesn't necessarily, but you have to assume that you were exposed to rabies.
Yeah,
and they will itself. I told you my girlfriend tried to save a couple of raccoons one time, and it got out. I don't know who the heck told on her. Somebody did.
Oh, yeah,
and she
called.
Was getting phone calls.
Yeah.
Saying that she had to come in and get shots.
Yeah, well, you do. A lot of people don't. They're like, oh, I'm okay. No, you're not. You got to get checked. And good thing they ended up finding the raccoon and tested it that it didn't have rabies.
Well, they found it because it died in front of them.
But I'm saying they still found it.
Yeah. And then I'll save one of these for last, but this is a move. Definitely is. Florida deputies chasing after a suspect who stole alcohol from a local market. Florida deputies were left stunned. The reason why, they're in the middle of this chase. And they said that This happened Saturday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They responded to Spring Lake Market after receiving reports that a dude, later identified as Richard Smith, stole multiple items, including some alcoholic beverages. They said that Miami man was in a black minivan and was driving in circles around the store, but sped off when they saw law enforcement. So, as a result, it was about a few miles long chase, which ended up in a parking lot at a business at Sebring Airport. So, during the chase, they said that Smith held out a can of Kettle One vodka spritz out of his vehicle window as he drove by a deputy.
Kettle One?
Trying to get him to pull out? Yeah. Like, you could see him. He's showing him that he's drinking.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, I was just going to give you a drink. That's it, Smith said to the deputy as he passed him.
Here, you want some?
And it's on body camera. He's like, I was just trying to give you a drink, dude. Soon after, deputies said Smith tried to ram 2 of their patrol cars, but ultimately had his tires flattened by the spike strips. He was tased following the crash, and then he decided to take a smoke break, and then he was arrested. Not only started to offer him drinks, he was like, after getting tased, taking a smoke break. While being handcuffed, deputies said Smith asked why he was being arrested and said to deputies, you guys had fun though, right? Chasing him. What a lunatic.
Yeah, he sounds like he's not playing with a full deck.
They did. They released body cam footage on social media capturing the encounter with him. And the caption said, strange things happen all the time when you're in law enforcement. This one, however, might make the books. And that is your What the Florida.
I'm sure there's stories that every day police officers hear.
Yeah, but he was so calm. They said in the middle of the pursuit, he just drives by him slowly, puts out that can of seltzer, like, oh, do you want some? Then he gets tased, then he tries to walk away, then he puffs on a cigarette, then he was just
How does he get tased and then puff on a cigarette? That's what I want to know.
Drugs. I don't know. Some people get tased and they were like, they just does not affect them.
Let me pull out my cigarette right now real quick.
Right? And then, I puffed on a cigarette. They said despite being surrounded by deputies. And then I love the fact he was like, but you guys had fun, didn't you? That was a good time.
We were friends, right?
I made your day.
Want to do this again?
Oh, my God.
For now?
Crazy.
Florida stories always are every day. There's never one that's a repeat, and they're crazy.
Yeah. And I got another one. I got a doozy coming at the 1 o'clock hour, too.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call us. We had a situation earlier where people went to a party and they were told order whatever you want. Then they got a bill. And if you have an opinion on this, let us know. Give us a call. You can also text us. But yeah, very unusual situation for people who were out to dinner having a good time. And then when they got a bill, they were probably like, ooh, what the hell is this? And can the restaurant do anything? I think the restaurant should invite everybody back separate times and say, have
Well,
dinner.
it's the people, not the restaurant.
The people.
The people who own the restaurant are the ones that were like, hey, we're having a birthday party for my wife. Come on out.
Yeah.
And then they were like, have whatever you want. And then they gave every single person a bill for everything they ordered.
Not cool. You don't do something like that. So Franny has something about teachers' confessions they would not want their students to know. And, teachers, I think, definitely are, sometimes you look at teachers and you think differently of them, just like your boss, but they're just like us. They do the same things. Maybe not the same.
What do you mean?
Well, you look at a teacher.
Yeah.
When you were growing up and you think like, maybe they're, very nice, smart, they have no bad habits. Same thing like a therapist or something, or your parents or somebody who you look upon as like somebody you look up to. Yeah, and then you see him maybe next to you in a strip club asking you for singles, and you're like, wow.
But this is just confessions, right? These are confessions of teachers, and these are things 16 teachers shared when asked, what is a secret you don't want your students to know? Number 1, I banged one of their moms. I've also changed answers on entrance exams to help the kids get into our private schools.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. Banging the mom.
I thought you were saying changing the answer so you get into private school. Yep. Another teacher said at the beginning of each course, I have to memorize a lot of names in a very short period of time, right? So usually I do this by making notes next to each name on my attendance list. Some could probably get me fired if anyone found out.
Oh, wow.
Recent example includes pit stains and skinny Drew Carey.
Skinny Drew Carey.
Listen, some people do that. And I've seen when you enter a check at a restaurant, you can type in the name. And some people are that dumb that they don't realize when the check prints out, it's still on there. And some people have been fired or blasted for what they have named that person.
Oh, really? I've never seen that.
Yes.
I don't think I look too close, to check.
Yeah, if you sit at a bar, you can type in their name. If you don't, start a tab with a card, which will automatically put their name on there.
Yeah.
But some people will start it won't be a name, it'll be what they look like or some way to distinguish who they are, and sometimes they're offensive.
Bat mother.
Yeah, yep. Some are offensive, yes. Let's see. Teachers talking about things that they, when they ask something you could never, ever tell your students. And some of these are very specific. I teach stoned. It helps me think of ways to engage with my students as they find math boring. Also, I just like to be high, according to this teacher. This person, they're not drunk at school, but they say I grade drunk all the time.
That's bad.
Like when they go home.
Yeah.
They
well, thank God, not at school.
No, and that's why I said it's not at school. They said when I go, a lot of teachers take their work home with them. And as they said, I grade drunk all the time.
2 bottles of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Imagine how lenient that teacher might get after like a few drinks.
Right. Let's see. I don't grade any of my students' final exams. Just give them whatever grade they have in class at that point.
Oh.
All right. But they're probably like, well, why do I even have to do this?
Well, I study.
But then you have that guy like with trying to raise their grade with a D to a B or something.
Yeah,
hoping.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, right? Like, what if that final exam does help bring up
a
grade extra couple points? I'm like, nope. Math professor, I love it when you leave answers blank or show very little supporting work. I hate when you write me a huge page explaining your thought process. Okay.
I figured that out early in life with teachers. Like, they didn't want the whole thing. You know, they would always be like, show the work, just so basic. Or you write like a long message. They're not reading that.
Yeah.
College, they wanted it.
Yeah.
Says like for helper tasks, sometimes they have their student helpers. They said taking lunch count, attendance to office, stuff like that. They said we normally choose the badly behaved kids, not the well-behaved ones. You always think it is. They said it gives us a break from them and gives them less time destroying things in the classroom.
It's smart. It gives them something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Little Dom, you're going to be doing attendance, and then you got to focus on that. You're not throwing erasers. That's a good move.
Let's see. At the last staff party, we all drank so much homemade tequila, and got so drunk we all passed out. I lecture about how bad drugs are, but I have tried most of them. There are many things I don't want them to know.
That I agree with.
This one teacher said we fart and blame it on the kids.
Oh, my God.
They said crop dusting the classroom or library is one of my life's simple joys. That's what they said. Oh, goodness. Secrets from teachers. One, on most homework assignments, we spend maybe 30 seconds grading each one. We have trained ourselves to look for certain keywords in each assignment. Frankly, it's mind-numbing and repetitive work. Very boring, and most people aren't that different. So these are teachers. Obviously, if you're a teacher out there going, I don't do this. These are just some who went to Reddit to talk. Movie days, they say, equal hangover days.
Oh, yeah, so they just want to lay down.
Yeah, turn the lights off and chill. Movie. Hey, kids love a movie day, too.
Yeah. And we're seeing a movie today.
Yeah, we're like, yes.
Hangover. The movie, I meant. That's what I have. Yeah, kids love that.
Not just with this person. It says we have nicknames for many of our students, and we use them exclusively when talking about them at the teacher's lounge. They said, example, turd burglar. And lastly here, I tell my second graders, I can tell if they lie by reading their tongues. I catch a couple of kids in flat out lies at the beginning of the year, and then they buy into it for the rest of the year, so they won't lie anymore because they're like, I can tell just by reading your tongue. And they're like, oh, my God.
That's good.
How they know.
Yeah, I think anytime you have somebody like with authority, you put them at a higher level. One of my friends was seeing this therapist, and then he found out some things about her. She was dating somebody he knew, and it was totally different than what he had, an image of her. You know what I mean? And he's paying her, too, a nice piece of change. And he found out that, she was a hot mess. But he said, she's giving me advice, and I'm listening. So those are things sometimes that, people look at, like, hey, I don't want that out there, or I don't want people saying anything about me, because you might think different. I think the same thing with your boss. Like, we've talked about parties where bosses are smashed, and I'm surprised. I know Franny was too. People and I mean, not drinking, smashed. Falling over bushes, falling into pools. I mean, that's pretty bad. When you're an authority and you're a boss, I mean, you should be on your game. And that teacher said, I told kids not to drink, and I've tried every drug. I mean, that's part of it. You shouldn't be doing that if you're at that level. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved with us. You'd also text us at Real Radio 47142. So The Rock was not at the WWE, and he did put out a statement that it seems like he says he's going to stay away from the WWE for a while. I don't know if that's permanent or not, but he did say, and I guess a lot of people did think he was going to show up over the weekend, and some fans were let down. They thought maybe a surprise thing that he was going to come in. He put something I said on Instagram a couple days.
He was in Hawaii.
Yeah, That's what he put. So, who knows? I mean, he could always jump on his private jet, obviously. But yeah, they said a lot of fans were disappointed. They thought he was going to show up at the last minute and surprise everybody. But all in all, like I said, the place was basically sold out. I know you said they could have seated more, but I don't know. Go ahead.
I have a talk back real quick.
All right, boys and girls, I hope you were listening carefully to the first hour of this show. Okay, if everything you're doing in the first month of your new relationship is not enough for your significant other to want to dump you or end this relationship, then here's what you're going to do. Okay? You're going to tell your significant other, we're going to throw a party. I want you to invite everybody in your family over, your mom, your dad, your close aunts and uncles. All right, let's have them come over for a party. Then, about 3/4 of the way into the party, you whip out the bills for everybody, right? But then you say, Uncle Phil, hold on, I got to adjust your bill. You went a little heavy on the shrimp. Your mother, a little heavy on the wine. I got to check her bill as well. And your dad, I saw him touch the thermostat. We got to adjust your bill. Okay? That will end the relationship right then and there. It's over. Piece of cake. That is officially how you end your relationship.
There you go. The Rock is going to be on Pat's show at 12:15 today to address it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. That's good. Yesterday, his show went a little haywire because one of the guys from WWE took a shot at Shannon Sharp in front of everybody, and they couldn't dump it. It was live. Yeah, you could see they were just like...
He was taking shots at the audience, too.
Yeah, that guy was a little loose cannon.
Oh, yeah. He's been a manager in the WWE probably for 30 years, that guy.
Yeah,
I think his name's Paul Harmon, something like that.
Yeah,
Harmon?
Yeah, know your audience. He definitely came out and he took some shots that they did not expect. But live TV, I mean, it's live TV. You just don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, very interesting. Yeah, if you want to watch The Rock today, we'll see what he says. He might do something with them down the road, but he said, the article I read, he said he's staying away for a little while. And I'm sure he gets a hefty fee when he shows up to those events. But they probably obviously want to promote him because, once they promote him, they're going to get more people. Maybe it's why it wasn't as packed in Vegas, because he wasn't there. He's still one of the biggest names. Is he bigger than Cena?
Yeah.
As far as WWE?
I think so.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Just for longevity. He's been there for so long now.
Yeah. But so is the other one. He's been around a long time, too. I think The Rock's a little bit more likable.
A lot of people like John Cena. He seems, I don't know him on a personal level, but he seems like a fun dude.
I just think The Rock's more popular, just my opinion. He does something.
I agree, but Cena's definitely.
Cena's the one who has the most things he does for kids who are sick. Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
And that's very, very nice that he goes to see kids through all over the place and makes that happen, which is nice. Doesn't get enough recognition or enough love. It should, because it's a very nice thing. And I'm sure it changes these kids' lives, which is really, really nice. But you don't hear too much about it. And I think it should be. But like everything else, something good gets buried. Something bad, front page. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Taco Tuesday. So grab a taco and get a lap dance on us. We'll be back in a few minutes. We do have a trifecta and a giveaway for you and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
When you look at the jobs that the immigrants into America, illegal or otherwise, tend to take, they legitimately just are jobs that a lot of Americans are never going to do. When you go to a place like an oranges farm.
Yes, an oranges farm, Sean. That's exactly what they're called.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the oranges farm.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
We're looking at a pretty decent drive along your expressways this morning. 95 and the Turnpike currently accident-free. We do have some construction here. Beeline Highway northbound after Blue Heron Boulevard. Avoid that area. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go! But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where we only pour premium Valvoline oil. No appointment needed. Save today at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll get you back on the road in no time.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Precision Garage Door of South Florida. Precision Door, a name you can trust.
Hey, it's Taco Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, you deserve a taco, and you deserve a little bit of a prize and a win. And that's what your retirement should be, a win. And you have to have a retirement plan. And guess who can help you? Trajan Wealth. Call them today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000, to schedule a complimentary introduction meeting to learn more. Wouldn't you like peace of mind in your investment portfolio? How about starting with a second opinion? When it comes to money and your finances, you could always have a second opinion that maybe might bring something to the table that you're not ever aware of. Trajan Wealth can help you. Celebrate Taco Tuesdays with a taco, but also celebrate Tuesdays by calling Trajan Wealth. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. Celebrate you and let them have a plan for you and figure out your goals so you can enjoy your retirement, and every day could be a win. Trajan Wealth. Call them today. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered by Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Do you have multiple broken or missing teeth? Think you can't afford dental implants? The care team at Eric's Dental Group may be able to help. Eric's Dental Group, a unique dental implant practice, focuses on helping patients use their medical insurance to pay for life-altering dental implant treatment. You may qualify to receive total full mouth restoration for just your deductible and co-insurance fee. Full mouth restoration for just your deductible and co-insurance fee. Eric's Dental Group is in network with Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO and Florida Blue and work with most employer-based insurance. Your insurance company will never volunteer to help. That's where Team Eric's comes in. They guide you through the medical insurance bureaucracy. They do it every day, and they're great at it. If you have Blue Cross Blue Shield and you're ready to change your life, search for Eric's Dental Group right now. That's Eric's Dental Group. Your insurance company will hate it. Your family will love it. Step up and visit them now. ericsdentalgroup.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Rev up, baby, for the after party on Saturday, April 26th in Monroe, Palm Beach. Beautiful ladies are there, and you'll enjoy yourself with a 5-star menu and beautiful ladies all night long. It's April 26th. It's the after party of Barrett Jackson, and it's the beautiful ladies of Palm Beach with you. You'll feel like you have the keys to a beautiful car when you step into Monroe, Palm Beach. April 26th. It is Rev up, baby. Get ready for the party. Be there. Monroe, Palm Beach, 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. That's where the beautiful girls are at. Peace.
Noble Gold Investments alert. Gold has surged 46% in less than a year, doubling the gains of the NASDAQ and S&P 500. But this isn't just another rally. Investors are losing confidence in paper gold and demanding physical metal, creating a massive gap between gold owed and gold available. But this isn't about how institutions broke another system. It's about how you can profit from it. Right now, Noble Gold Investments has a limited supply of investment-grade gold bars and coins available. As banks scramble to fulfill their obligations, pushing gold prices higher, you can profit. Smart investors are already moving into physical gold. Noble Gold Investments makes it easy for you to do the same. And right now, when you make a qualified investment, Noble Gold will add a free 10th-ounce gold coin to your order. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now and turn their panic into your profit. noblegoldinvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
What up, fellow Gen Xers? Elizabeth Banks here. As the original Latchkey kids, we took things into our own hands, like house keys and video game controllers. And now it's time for us to do it again, because the recommended age to get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. We're at over 6 times greater risk compared to adults under 50. So go to vaxassist.com and schedule. Gen X, this is our shot. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One.
Simone Biles was named Sportswoman of the Year at the Laureus World Sports Awards in Madrid on Monday. Last summer, Biles took home 3 gold medals and a silver at the Paris Olympics, making her the most decorated gymnast in history. It's the 4th time Biles has won the award in her career, equaling the record held by Serena Williams. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The future of the NFL is getting written.
With the first pick.
Right now. The 2025 NFL Draft. Catch Jay Glazer alongside former Jets GM Joe Douglas, College Football Hall of Famer LeVar Arrington, and Fox Sports lead college football reporter Jenny Taft.
Hi, this is Jay Glazer.
LeVar Arrington here. Join us for Draft Night Live on Fox Sports Radio.
Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Just search Fox Sports Radio and make it your next preset on the iHeartRadio app.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in to 921 and 101.7. Always appreciate you guys listening. And you can get involved in the show with text or call us. Always want your opinion on anything we talk about. You could always bring up a new subject. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
All right, he's all juiced up now, Franny. He just got another Coke out of his car. So he's okay.
Perfect.
Wait a minute. What is the over-under on Cokes for you during the day?
I go through like maybe 1 or 2.
You do not. I see 1 or 2 before I get here. I'm going to say 5.
No. I go through about 1 a show, maybe 2 throughout the whole day.
That's it? You don't drink when you go home?
Not really.
No?
I go to like iced tea or some water.
All right, well, that's good because I'm concerned about your health, and soda's not good for you. All right?
Gee, man.
Well, I do. I care. This morning, what did you say to me? I'm hungry. I said, go get breakfast. Don't worry about it if you're late for the show. Go.
I only went just because someone's not here today. That's the only reason I felt like going then.
I know that, but I don't know why you're afraid of him.
As long as you make it back on time, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy. He really is. But there are a couple people in the building that are afraid of him. And I don't know why. He doesn't seem to be that kind of a person that you can't talk to him. And he's understanding. Like I've worked for a couple people, you'd be like, whoa. Like people used to be really afraid. really brutal. But
yeah.
he's a nice kid. I mean, he looks like he's 9. So I mean, like, I don't know why you're afraid of him. He's a good guy. And if you were late, me and Franny would have covered for you. We would have just sat here real quiet and we're like, I don't know. He's not here.
That's not covering for him.
We can't help. We're here. What are you gonna do?
I know. I love you said we cover it for him, and then you're like, I don't know where he's at.
Hey, it's not my day to watch him.
Oh my God.
So tomorrow, if he comes back, or Thursday, because the person we're talking about is our boss. And Franny and I think he's a very nice guy. Franny's definitely not afraid of him at all. I'm not at all. I mean, they just think he's a nice guy. I don't even look at him as a boss, to be honest with you. I just don't even think like, oh, my God. But I don't think he would yell. Like, if you said, hey, man, I'm really hungry, he'd be like, okay, well, you got to go. But he would say, get back by 10. And you were. You went across the street and got a pizza. I mean, for 6 minutes. I mean, that was big. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think you could do that. All right, it is the Penthouse. Why is Dom afraid of his boss? We'll talk about that later. And we get into a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, the Panthers are playing tonight. They're taking on Tampa Bay. Hopefully they didn't go to strip clubs last night because the strip clubs in Tampa are a little crazy. It's game one. It's going to be a tough series. Tampa Bay Lightning do have home ice. Let's hope for the Panthers that they get off on the right side, and it's on Real Radio. Dumb.
You know what's weird is that they have the Heat games and the Panther games at the same time and the same day. Like if there's people trying to watch both, it's not possible.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a real problem.
I mean, it is for a Florida sports fan.
Yeah. It happens a lot, though, in the playoffs. It does seem like it. I remember last year people were talking about in the year before, why do they play on the same night? You probably, with Tampa, I mean, if the Panthers, I don't know. They both may get knocked out. You think they're both going to lose in the first round. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Heat are going to beat Cleveland. I don't. Mm-mm. The Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's the better odds of getting through.
Yeah, it's going to be a good series. It really is. But don't forget, if you want to listen to the Panthers, you can hear it on Real Radio. Hey, hats off to the Marlins. They won again yesterday. They're having a good start to a season where the under-over was 63, and a lot of people didn't think that they were going to do well. They're doing good. A lot of young kids, no big names, and so far they're doing okay. And the Marlins won yesterday 6-3. In NBA news last night in the playoffs, Boston won 100-94. And, the Pistons won 100-94 over the Knicks, and Clippers won 105-102. Tonight, the Lakers are back on the court against Minnesota. That's going to be a very good series. I don't know if you saw it the other day, Edwards with some of the fans. Oh, man, like, I just don't know, like, what these players are thinking. He's definitely going to get fined for that. But, again, when you're in the NBA and you're sitting close, a lot of people have not been that fortunate. The players are as close as Franny and I right now. We're not even like 2 feet away from each other, foot, whatever it is. And there was this one kid screaming at Edwards. And I know you saw the video. And Edwards was going back and forth and then turned around and grabbed his junk. I mean, right in front of him. And I was like, oh, man, like that just comes with young, being a young kid, making millions of dollars, obviously. And I get all that. But there's got to be somebody says something like, dude, what are you doing? You can't do that on TV. He's got to get fined. I'm waiting to see if he gets fined. Do you think he's going to get fined? You knew right away when I said it. You're like, whoa.
I knew exactly what you're talking about. And, he was talking about how much they get paid. He was talking about body parts.
Yeah.
It was out there. But he's like that. He's an out there type of guy. He's just under Ja Morant, But Ja Morant's a little more, crazy with the guns and all that.
Ja Morant doesn't talk to the fan base as much.
He gets off trouble outside,
Yeah, he does. There was a couple players off the other night. Jimmy Butler was talking to a couple people the other night with the fans. And again, the fans are sitting real close. You're going to hear everything they say. I would think the best thing to do is be professional and just stay away from them. But some of these guys just can't. But that was a pretty bad gesture. So we'll see what happens tonight with the Lakers and Minnesota. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar in Deerfield Beach. And don't forget right now, they have Dubai chocolate and lattes, which are excellent. Yes, Mr. Dom.
We have Toot on the phone.
Toot, what is happening with you today on a Tuesday?
Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday Toot.
No, I didn't know that.
What is it called?
Tell the Truth Tuesday Toot.
Tell the Truth Tuesday Toot. All right. Do you never tell us the truth normally? Are you always calling and lying to us, Toot?
No. I just figured all the T's would be kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What do we got?
Yeah. You got something to give us?
Yeah, you know how you were talking about how that couple invited everybody and then they had to pay for their own meal at the end of it.
Yes.
You know. Well, back years ago, we used to go to Lake Ida Park. We'd have the boats and the jet skis out there. And, I'd get ribs and chops and some chopped meat, some dogs, all sorts of good stuff. But no one would chip in. And I'm like, at least you guys could, either bring a 12-pack or, drop a 10 or whatnot. So one weekend, I decided to go to McDonald's when they had, the 29-cent hamburgers, 39-cent cheeseburgers. And I got 20 of those. And then I got a little thing of dry ice and put some water in it to make it look like the little grill was smoking. And everybody's like, wait, when's the food going to be done? And I'm like, it's done now. You guys go do what you want. They opened up the grill, and all there were was these little pre-packaged hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and they're like, where's the ribs and everything? I said, well, I thought you guys would bring it. Saying I've been springing for everything else. I said, you guys can bring it this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you're still, I understand where you came from, but you still also fed him because you bought all those hamburgers for him, too. So they should be grateful either way, whether it's ribs or a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah, because they see the smoke from the dry ice coming out of the grill. They're like,
but they didn't smell they didn't realize it didn't smell like it was like a real grill.
Yeah,
cooking up meat.
That's not.
All right.
But it's kind of like, come on, guys. Chip in a little bit. Good night.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, I get it.
The next weekend, I didn't have to spring a dime.
All right, that's good.
Well, good. So the point that you made, they understood. They got the assignment.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we still got the jet ski and go out on the boat and everything. So, we just had a good time.
All right, good.
But the point was set.
Yeah, I figured they picked up on it because then the next week you were in good shape.
Yes, sir. All right. I just thought that was kind of rude of the people saying, yeah, order what you want, order what you want.
No, that wasn't right.
No, it wasn't. That would break a friendship right there.
Yeah, you'd be probably upset with that. Anybody would. If somebody tells you to order what you want, then they give you a bill, that's not nice.
Yeah, especially if, you spent a good amount, especially if it's their restaurant.
Yeah, it was Shima dude mode, no doubt about it.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? I don't know.
Oh, I love it.
Well, thanks for the story, too.
Dude, thanks a lot, baby.
I got a little sativa salad to bust into, so.
Well, enjoy your sativa salad.
Have a good day.
Be good, too. Stay out of trouble. You guys are going to get an opportunity in about a minute, 60 seconds to win tickets to what?
Did you say a minute and 60 seconds?
No, I said about a minute or 60 seconds. I didn't say either.
I'm still wondering what he said just a minute ago, what that word was.
I don't know either.
That was Greek.
We got tickets to go see Pantera at the, I think, Financial Amphitheater. I do believe the show is in September, but it's a pair of tickets that we have up for grabs.
Nice.
Yes.
And they're going to play Greek Casino, so it's pretty simple. We play roulette here, and it's red or black, odd or even. I guess that's their music. First 18 or 19 to 36. I was watching The Gambler this morning, I don't know what time it was, 2:30 in the morning with Mark Wahlberg when he walked into this illegal gambling place and put $300,000 on black. And of course it was the movies and he won. Because in real life, that bitch is red 34. And it works out. But yeah, just the juice that they had spinning around. Brie Olson is the one that was married to Charlie Sheen, correct?
No, Denise Richards.
But I thought he was also married to Brie Olson. She's been in a lot of movies that I've been watching lately, and she's a very good actress. I thought she was
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brie Olson?
Yeah.
I gotta look her up.
Yeah, and very.
Did you give the cue to call?
Yeah, call.
No, he did not. He went on a tangent.
Yeah.
No, Freddie was asking me questions.
Wait,
about
Brie Olson wasn't she? She's a porn actress.
No, the one that was married to Charlie Sheen.
Denise Richards? And who else?
There was another one that he was married to.
Charlie Sheen's ex-wives. I'll look, but Brie Olson.
I thought it was Brie Olson. Maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, she was in The Gambler. She did a very good job. Give us a call. Pick up your phone.
Spouses.
877-927.
Brooke Mueller, Donna Peel, Denise Richards. That's all he's been married to.
All right, then he's not married to Brie Olson. Oh, wow.
877-927-6969. 877-927-6969.
All right. Well, then it's Brie Olson. She's pretty hot. She's got
Brie Larson.
Larson, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No wonder she's in Going Back.
Yeah, she was never married to Charlie Sheen. No, ever.
Some false information.
Oh my gosh, show on Apple TV, something where she's a scientist cook. It's so good. That show left me a little wrecked.
And she's also in the Marvels
Lessons in Chemistry. She's Captain Marvel.
Is she really?
Yes.
Oh, you know everything. Way to be. People are texting me right now. Tell me who they are.
Yeah.
I get it. Dom's trying to get everybody on. Man, our phones are blowing up today.
People want to go see Pantera.
Ooh, they are blowing up. Domster, who you have?
All right, first up we have is Mark.
What's up, Mark? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Greek? I'm doing all right.
That's good to hear. Thank you for listening to Real Radio.
How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing good. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Good.
Yeah. Okay.
No, go ahead. You had something else?
Oh, no, you're a real professional. That's all. The way you handle the show.
Is that sarcasm? Because Freddie's laughing.
No. I mean, I know you had a couple bad losses recently, and like tough breaks, and to come on the show and be professional that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, gambling's gambling. You know if you're gonna, you're gonna win or lose. It's part of life. But I don't let it maybe affect my job.
I'm nervous about this roulette thing. So gambling is not. Oof.
No, you're in good shape. So it's red or black. It's odd or even. First 18, and also 0 goes with that, or 19 to 36 and double 0. So what would you like? What was your selection?
I'm just gonna go red.
Okay, nice. Mark, stepping out of the box.
Right? That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, we got a lot of. Yeah, we got.
I hope it works for you.
Yeah, so do we. Oh, it's spinning. Oh man, it's getting a good spin. Ooh, it's not done yet. It does move a little bit.
What are you talking about?
I can't sometimes.
What do we got?
We got double 0 loser.
Oh.
Sorry, but I love your attitude, buddy.
All right, I agree.
Thanks, bro. What do you got next?
Next up, we have Brian.
Hello, Brian. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm all right. Enjoying the weather.
Good. All right. So we're going to play roulette. It's black or red, odd or even, first 18 or 19 to 36. And with the first 18, you get 0. And with the 19 to 36, you get double 0. What would you like your selection to be?
Let's go with red.
Ooh, red again.
Another red? Wow.
Ooh, back-to-backers.
Yeah.
Way to be.
We get another green. I'm going to laugh. Back-to-back greens.
We want people to win here at the Greek Casino, where everybody leaves with a smile.
I'm going to blame the spinner.
5x7, huh? Has anybody received a 5x7 who didn't win the tickets? I didn't think so.
No right. Signature, nothing.
It's in the mail.
Is it still spinning? Still spinning.
It looks like it is.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. It's still spinning.
We're gonna go with a red 3. Would you agree, Freddie?
I would agree. That would be a red 3. Yes, G-Man.
Congratulations, you won, buddy.
Perfect. Thank you.
Stay on the phone. If Dominic messes up, call us back, or we give you our boss's number, who he's afraid of, and he'll help you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Peace. All right, hang tight. Congratulations. I think that we have those tickets again tomorrow, right? For the remainder of the week, unless we find out something else.
Yeah, I think we have them the rest of the week.
Okay.
And I think on Friday we have a New York Prime gift card for $125.
All right, sounds good.
So, again, every day we try to provide a giveaway for you guys because we appreciate you. We have giveaways for the whole year, so that's a good thing. So you guys are in good shape. A lot of restaurants always step up for us. Burton Max's, Miller's Ale House. Deck 84, New York Prime.
Yes, that's one thing that we never have a lack of, and that's things to give you guys because we appreciate y'all. And speaking of appreciating you, we appreciate that you listen all the time to Real Radio and, of course, the iHeart Radio station. So we still have a bunch of chances for you to score $1,000. We call it Go Fund Yourself. Really? And really? Is that what we call it? Green in your hand. Sorry, Go Fund Yourself is on the gator.
I was going to say.
Green in your hand. It's all the same. We give away $1,000.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Green.
Green in your hand. Go Fund Yourself. Yeah, that one's on the gator. But it's still $1,000 we give you. And we have a bunch of opportunities a day for you to do so. What do we have? It's 11 o'clock. Key word was win. So you still have a few more minutes to enter win. RealRadio921.com. Enter win there. And hopefully we'll get somebody right here on Real Radio to win $1,000.
We really need somebody to win. Ladies and gentlemen, please make it happen. We need somebody to win. Our bosses like when we have somebody, who wins. They get excited. They'll come up to us in a hall. Hey, I had a winner. Hey, I had a winner. But again, we want you guys to win. It's a great opportunity for you. You're getting $1,000. And who cannot use the $1,000? Franny, what would you do with $1,000 right now? Somebody said, here's $1,000 right now.
It's going in the bank.
It's going to the bank?
Yeah.
Very nice. Dom, would you assume would probably buy Babanya or dog food?
Maybe. You can buy dog food too, but yeah, I don't know.
If you won $1,000, what would you do with it?
Go on a vacation.
Oh, really? Where would you like to go?
Anywhere but here.
He's just away.
Away.
A lesser man would be offended.
Away.
I don't mind when you yawn or sleep in the studio. It's fine. And the show's on.
Well, it doesn't have to do with you. I think it's just a job in general. I don't know why y'all automatically think he's trying to get away from you.
Well, he's with me 4 hours a day. It's either me or you.
4 or 5 some days.
5. Oh, my God. No, you're the best, buddy. You are. I do worry about you a little at time to time. I was out with a girl the other night, and I was talking about you. She said, gee, don't you think you should be focused on the task at hand? I said, yeah, I guess
I'm
so.
I'm thinking about Dom right now. That's weird.
Because he sent me a text.
Was it 420 day?
You sent me a text.
Oh, was it about the parlay?
Yeah. Dom will be known to send me texts at night over games. Which I do, just like my friends do. A bunch of my friends do. And then I'll pop in. And then I just went into a segue about you. And she was like, she goes, really? We're going to talk about this kid now? I said, this kid spends 4 hours a day with me. I mean, he's a backbone of the organization. I mean, come on. I said, you want to split this tab? It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Again, you got a keyword. You guys can make it happen and win $1,000. We do appreciate you guys always get involved in the show in any shape or form. And again, we're going to have the same tickets for you all week long. But on Friday, you're going to get a double bonus. You're also going to get an opportunity to win a gift card to New York Prime for $125, which is awesome. Awesome right there. I want to thank New York Prime so much for always being one of our sponsors for years and giving us all those gift cards. I was there last night, enjoying myself. I sat next to this gentleman who is just, when you sit next to somebody and maybe in a restaurant and you think that this guy has got to be, or woman, maybe he's very unique or interesting. And he just seemed to have that kind of personality.
Okay, like the Dos Equis dude?
In a way, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Just his whole demeanor and everything like that.
He probably lived a really cool life. I want to know his story.
I didn't want to know his story, but I just thought he was...
You don't care enough.
But he was very unique.
Okay.
Very unique. And then when I left, I did find out he was somebody who is a famous painter.
Well, see, if you would have asked him about himself, you would have found out on your own.
I just don't like really...
He doesn't care.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't like striking up conversation.
No, he's a nice guy.
He wants to know their net worth, and that's about it.
No, I don't want to know their net worth. I don't care what he's got. What am I going to do? I'm not dating him. I don't care what he's got.
Yeah, but then you would want him part of your crew. Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Oh, really? You don't hang out with people who drop dollars? Not change, like you say?
Yeah, but he was a nice guy. I was just saying. I got a feeling that he was something or somebody, like famous. I just had a feeling. Just his demeanor and the way he came across. And then I did find out a couple hours later that he's a famous painter.
I get that feeling with you.
You're right. Bitch. Intriguing. Good news, New York Prime did
not that feeling.
They put up my new picture, and it's in the wall now. Because I told him, I said, Don was not happy about putting me in a new bathroom.
No.
Like,
so you're not in the bathroom?
No, I'm in the wall.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
What
the
picture
wall
did
to the
they use?
bathroom?
They used a picture of me and one of my ex-girls from the 90s.
Oh, okay.
I think you've seen it, and it is pretty funny. I'm sure when people see it, they're like, what the hell's that? But the guy, he just seemed to be very interesting. That's all I could just tell.
Do you walk by and point out, look, it's me. I'm right there. Look.
No. I have a little booth and I sign. If you get sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes at the same time, you get a 5x7.
When will you get a dish named after you there?
I don't want that. I don't want it about me. And it's too high end, that place. They don't do stuff like that where they name drinks and stuff like that. But it'd be nice. Greek special. You'll probably be disappointed. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. It's the Vegas trip in our plans. Ooh, I know Dom's dying to go. How would Dom be in Vegas for 3 days? Oh, my God.
Well, what's my first stop? Do you know what my first stop is?
Oh, yeah, the dispensary.
Bingo.
My God. Franny's is Gucci. Yours is dispensary.
I'm not Gucci. No.
You don't want to go to Gucci?
I don't buy Gucci stuff.
Oh, I was going to give you a card.
No, I'm good.
Dispensary? All right, we'll give you my card for there.
I'm going straight to the bar. I'm going to go to dispensary with Tom, hit the pool up.
Yeah, there it is.
Get myself some food.
Yes, hang by the pool.
Yeah, I don't need to go shopping.
All right, good. Thank you. You're so nice. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. All right, we found out Dom's #1 location. This is why you have problems with the boss. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be. I've been everywhere, man. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
After your car accident, we will put money in your pocket or you don't pay us. Call Steiger Green and Finer.
Steiger Green and Finer won $300,000 for my case.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111. Offices West Palm Beach.
Actual client testimonial.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
It's Roadworks slowing us down on the ride today. Right lane closed Beeline Highway North right after Blue Heron Boulevard. And the left lane of your on-ramp is blocked in Lake Worth. It's 95 north from 6th Avenue South. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Alini Water Filtration System. Call them today, 954-646-7402. I didn't think it'd make a difference in my life, but it does. Jump in the shower, and I come out feeling like a perfect 10. Walk over to my faucet, get some water, and I'm happy because you know what? I'm saving money, and it's good for my health. It's simple, it's safe, and it's clean, and it's no hassle. Call them today, 954-646-7402. Alini Water Filtration System. It'll make a difference in your life, and it makes a difference in my life. Soon as I get out of bed, I feel like a winner. Peace.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Got a classic hot rod or resto mod? GiveMeTheVin.com wants it. Just go to gmtvcc.com. Get an offer in minutes. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with their big cash giveaway. Give Me The Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's with GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Star Wars Night at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium takes place Saturday, April 26th at 6 p.m. Take a picture with your favorite movie characters in a galaxy not far, far away and enjoy post-game fireworks after the game. Purchase tickets at RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful rest of the day. Mostly cloudy skies, those white puffy cumulus clouds, in addition to a few of those upper level cirrus clouds. Mixed with those temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s, we would be much warmer if it were not for that cloud cover. Onshore wind gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring into deals with fresh savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 4 Stay Green or Premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Lowe's, we help you save. While supplies last, selection and availability vary by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Offer valid 4/17/25 to 4/30/25.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at realradio921.com. That's BILLS. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Yeah, it was shit my dude mode. No doubt about it.
What?
I don't know. Are we allowed to say that?
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. You won't get this anywhere else. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I am the Greek. Tomic's in the house. It does move a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Franny there.
What's up?
I'm trying to be a professional.
You are such a professional.
Not knock over any of my Emmys that we have here. Do you have some audio for us, Dom?
Oh, no. I mean, which audio do you want?
Let's go with the Barkley.
Oh, you want the Barkley. All right, hold on 1 second.
This is Charles Barkley talking about the Richardson, the GM of the Dallas Mavericks.
All right, 1 sec. Here it is.
I'd like to be serious for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Is that my camera right there?
Okay, uh-oh.
Listen, man. I consider you a friend of mine, Nico Harrison. I consider you a friend of mine. I wish you nothing but the best. I thought you did a good job last year with the Mavs, and obviously whatever happened this year didn't work out. Man, don't do no more press conferences. Like, I don't even know what you're doing. I really don't. Like, I got sympathy and love for you, but I have zero idea what you're trying to do. This war is over, brother. You got to taking the L.
There it is. You're taking it out. We talked about this earlier. Barkley and I seem to be on the same page 100%. I don't know what this guy's doing, and he's got 3 years left on his contract. I'm not thinking he's going to finish it out. We'll see what happens, but you cannot go as a GM saying that you did not really know how popular Luka was with the fan base. Good afternoon, Franny.
Hey again.
Whatever. Time for some fun facts.
Hi again, G-Man.
It's Franny's Fun Facts.
Hold on a second. Keep on talking, sorry.
Said hi, Franny,
I
twice.
know.
She looked at me like, what do you want?
You did, and I was not prepared, so I apologize.
No, you don't have to. You're a professional.
Clearly I'm not.
You do whatever you want. It's your show. We work for you. Dom's afraid of our boss. And if we take him to Vegas, he's going to dispensary. That's the first place. Can't you buy stuff here and bring it with you or no?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you can't?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Because
you can't. Yeah, you can't travel. It's not federally legal.
Oh, really? I don't know. I'm asking a question.
Yeah.
All right. So then if we go to Vegas, you're going to have to get a signed note though by your parents.
Why?
Oh, man.
Why?
Is that for the escort that you're going to get me or for the dispensary?
I would not put any of... I want you to have a family and kids and fulfill life, not to be empty and lonely and sad like me, and to really find love. I'm not going to send an escort to your room unless you want me to. I mean, fun facts.
Yeah. All right. So April 22nd, In God We Trust Day. April Showers Day. What do they bring? Mayflowers?
Yes.
It is Chemists Celebrate the Earth Day. It is Girl Scout Leader Day, International Mother Earth Day, National Jelly Bean Day, School Bus Drivers Day, and of course, you heard the Chemists Celebrate the Earth Day. It is, in fact, just Earth Day. So,
plant a tree.
I have some facts about that. They said Earth Day was almost called something else. The original idea was to call it Environmental Teach-In. Thankfully, Earth Day sounded way cooler and caught on faster than
I
that
think
did.
that's better.
I'm with you. We have here, excuse me, the first Earth Day had 20 million participants. And that was with absolutely no social media to spread the word.
That's fantastic.
In 1970, about 10% of the U.S. population showed up to rallies, protests, and cleanups, all organized without text, emails, or TikTok trends. Just pure word of mouth, posters, and a lot of passion. That's how you had to get it done before. Earth Day led directly to the creation of major environmental laws. The Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, Endangered Species Act all got major momentum thanks to Earth Day activists, proving one single day can change the world, even if it's just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They say Earth Day is now the largest secular observance in the world. More than 1 billion people across 190 plus countries participate every single year. So that's bigger than any music festival, Super Bowl, or award show.
Wow. And that's good to hear.
Yeah, some places actually do throw Earth Day parties that last all week. Many cities around the world will stretch Earth Day into Earth Week and sometimes even Earth Month. Think concerts, tree plantings, beach cleanups, even eco-friendly beer festivals that they do for it. And finally here, Earth Day has been to space. Astronauts aboard the ISS have celebrated Earth Day by sharing breathtaking photos of our planet. They say, talk about a front row seat for Earth Day. And there you go for some of your fun facts for Earth Day today.
Thank you, Francis. I appreciate it. I have a question for you, Mr. Dominic. It comes from my private phone from a text. I answered, but I could be mistaken, so that's why I'm going to ask you. This one gentleman that knows me said, would you mind if you went to Vegas and Greek sent you a girl? Would it bother you if the girl also slept with Greek previously? Not the same day. You mean
yes. Yes, I don't want that. No, thank you.
Oh, wow, you're picky. I read a little note. Because my friends.
What, you have like one on that you go to every time?
Well,
one go-to?
I have a couple girls that I know. I mean, you know.
That you know, like you had sex with.
Well, I know them.
Yeah, that you had sex with, because that was your question.
A couple go-tos.
Yeah. So my friends don't mind, actually. But since you mind, we're going to have to reach out into a different lane for you. We'll make it happen, though. I could have got a little bit of a discount, but don't worry about it. Your happiness is more important. I could not have told you, too. And then the next day at breakfast, I would have been like, hey, so what's happening? What'd you say?
Who's better?
Oh, I would never ask that. You know the answer there. It's Tom. You kidding me? I might be a better tipper. Oh, my God. Now I'm getting excited for this Vegas trip. 877-927-6969. Miami Dolphins, draft day is Thursday. They get number 13. That is going to be, the draft has become such a big event in our country. It's great for bars and restaurants. People are packed. Draft parties Thursday night. Everybody gets to play GM for the day and what the team should do. The real fans do. They get real excited about it. If you think who the Dolphins should pick, let us know. Give us a call. You could text us. Also, first thing this morning, Franny had a situation. If you went to an event or party and you thought it was free, but then got handed a bill, how would you handle it? Would you be upset? Would you say, I'm not paying this? What are you going to do? What would you do? You have to pay it, obviously. You can't walk away. But what would be some of your actions after the fact? Probably not go back to the place.
So some people are talking about things that they believe we're 100% brainwashed into believing that we need, which we actually don't, right? An endless stream of fashion, expensive weddings, funerals, social media, underwear, whatever it is. Did your spring cleaning involve you going through clutter in your house while thinking, why do I even have this? They said people on social media are talking about things that for some reason we're like, you gotta have it. Mm-hmm. They believe that we're brainwashed into believing we need, when in fact we really, really don't.
I know one for G-Man.
What's that?
Condoms.
Oh, he knows he doesn't carry those. He doesn't have those. He doesn't believe he needs those.
Everybody has a different style.
Even style. What, you mean protection?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he hasn't believed in condoms, I don't know, what, your whole life? Jeez. At least since I've known you, you've always been anti. What if a woman wants you to wear one? You say no?
No, I would say whatever you want. See you later.
Why do you get so high-pitched when you say that? I feel like you try to talk them out of it. All right, so things 100% people believe they're brainwashed into believing that they need. Let's see. To carry a water bottle and drink water all day long. Really? I don't know if they brainwashed believe that, but water is good for you.
But you do hear like so many, that and steps. You hear so many, like, oh, you should get your steps in. You should have 10 glasses of water.
You should have, yeah. I mean, yeah, water is good for you.
But
and steps are good for you too.
I know, but you say things that you hear all the time. You know, how's your steps?
But to me, this isn't things that are like brainwashed to need. I mean, this is actually things that are good for you. A gender reveal. Do we really need that many gender reveals? People believe that they need gender reveals. Let's see. They said the newest phone every year.
Yeah, that's keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes. They said no matter what the price is. This is probably the most common answer they said that they saw here on Reddit. Some people do it to have the latest tech and features. Others do it just as a status symbol. Let's see. A car. I think a lot of us do need one. Plastic surgery. They said like butt implants, butt lifts, all this stuff. Like it's just brainwashed to feel like we need it. I don't know if it's necessarily we need it, but I think it's so much in our face with social media and celebrities that maybe they do feel like people feel inadequate without it.
Yeah, well, I think when you feel better about yourself, for a lot of people, then they think it could go into other areas for them, obviously, in their love life or business. But, you know, people, what we get fed, and I think because of social media, is like, oh, do this, do that.
Things that people believe we're brainwashed to need. They say here, super white teeth. They say the point where it looks unnatural. Some people say overpriced makeup or just personal hygiene products in general. Things we're brainwashed to think we need. Social media. It's We really need it.
Yeah.
Something else, expensive weddings. They said also expensive funerals, especially pricey coffins, an endless stream of clothing and accessories to follow every single trend. Do we need all of these things?
Going back to the weddings, I would say in the last 10 years, I've heard a lot of people say, you know what, I'm not doing it. We're getting together. We're going to have a wedding. Why spend the money on that? Purchase a home. And I even hear younger people say that because, say, parents are going to pay for the wedding. It could be very expensive, and they could give the kids a good start where they say, hey, here's a check or whatever, and, go purchase a house, which you need and which is a great thing, and you at least have some stability and you're not paying rent. But I've heard that more and more from people. I also think that there were weddings, too. You hear a lot about with parents that, I got a buddy of mine, 4 daughters got married. 3 of them were divorced. And he had 4 big weddings. And he even said to me, he goes, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. I said, well, you should have figured that out maybe 3 weddings ago.
Yeah, but with all these, you don't go into it going that it's going to end up in divorce. I mean, that's not the mentality that you have when you go into it.
No, but I'm saying, like, with the amount of money some people spend on weddings, it's a lot of money. You can put a down payment on a home.
How old's the daughters?
30s. 35, 33, 37, around like that. All nice girls. I mean, but
just didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
So you want to date any of them?
That's not something I would do. That's really, I'm appalled by that question. And you know what? That's ridiculous. What kind of guy do you think I am? God.
They said that the average wedding cost this year, according to a wedding planning site, they say the average is about $36,000.
That's a lot.
It is.
Mingada. 36 dimes. Put that on Oklahoma City tonight. First half, -7. And just let it roll. The Roulette spin, though, has got me so tempted. I would love to do that one time. Just put it all there. Watch that. And you hear that ball going around. Then it hits right there. You're done. What else is on that list? The phone thing, yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, somebody says vitamins, supplements every single day. Hundreds of dollars a month's amounts worth of that people believe that they need. And you see it. I mean, you're fed it all the time through social media, Instagram, whatever it is. I think a lot of times you do. You see all this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And it just finally was like, I think I need it.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look how great they look. I think I need it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weight loss. I mean, I know it's good for your health, but you hear it constantly. Something that, I was talking to somebody the other day about, like expensive coffee. It was never, coffee was always very inexpensive for years in our country. Just went and got a cup of Joe, $1, whatever it was. Now there's so many different places where coffee's expensive and people feel like, I got to have it.
Somebody even said a relationship. They said, learn to be happy on your own and then things will fall into place. You're brainwashed to need a relationship.
Because I think people look at it sometimes, if you don't have somebody, they look at you like, why? You know what I mean? What's wrong, stuff like that. But again, if you're happy with yourself, that's what life's about. Can't look for other people to make you happy.
Somebody said designer anything. Also, other people said streaming services. What do you guys have? 47142 started off with Real Radio, things that you believe that we're brainwashed to need that actually don't.
Years ago, before your time, Dom, and I think you too, Franny, but you didn't deal with it. And I always thought it was a scam with snow tires. Like you had to have snow tires, like during the winter. I never got them when I was a kid. I was like, for what? I just didn't. But I don't believe in using high test gas either. You know what I mean? And I've had a lot of high performance cars. I put in regular. I go to the worst places ever. I just pull in, get off. I don't care. I'm just like, gas is gas. It's never come back to haunt me. Tonight my car blew up. But
engine seized.
Well, the engine seized. That was my fault. That was nothing to do with gas. I didn't change my oil for a year. I was busy. 877-927-6969. I remember a guy called me and I said, "Is it bad?"
Yeah. Something that I have right here. Somebody said Stanley Cups, and no, not the one that you win for the NHL championship game, but yeah, they say Stanley Cup. I mean, they came out and I was like, gotta have one. I got mine at a White Elephant, so I didn't purchase mine. But yeah, those are one of those things.
Okay, so you have that one, but I guess this isn't for you. But do you have any other ones?
I do none that I've purchased now.
So this girl I know must have she was telling me 12 or 13 of them.
I have a ton of tumblers. I have a lot of these style insulated cups at my house. Nothing like this, not that big.
Yeah, but she has a bunch of Stanley ones. And go ahead, Don.
What about the Starbucks ones? 'Cause I know a girl that's obsessed with the ones that Starbucks
They
has.
sell out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those ones, yeah, they sell out, and people have limited edition this, and
I think even Target has one too that they sell out.
And
Those,
they're
like, the pink one.
expensive.
yeah, they're like 30, 40 bucks some of them.
Yep.
I bought one time for somebody for their, just like a little birthday thing. I was going to house, and I thought it was too cheap, like when I was there, but it was late. And when I bought it, it was like $35. And I remember saying to the girl, I'm like, how much is this?
For this cup? Yeah.
Yeah, for a cup.
It was like 34.
But that's how the Yetis were when they first came out. I mean,
Yep.
it's always going to be something.
Yeah.
The tumblers were the big ones, the plastic ones. Then it went to Yetis. And then, it's always going to be something.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like you said, the society throws it at you, and you think, hey, I have to have it. And then you go out and purchase it. It could be anything. The Apple Watches. You know what? A lot of people bought those. They're nice. They're expensive. You know what? And it does a lot of different things, but people had to have them. The phones are the biggest thing. I mean, Apple just has everybody so convinced you got to have the newest one. Here's a red flag. When somebody asks you what phone you have,
And judges you off of it.
Yeah. What is that? What kind of phone is that? You're like, and you'd be like, I got a 12. They're like, 12? I'm like, I don't even know how to use it.
I had an 11 just until not that long ago, until a couple of months ago. I finally got the 16, but I was rocking the 11 for a while.
You said the picture is better though, right?
Oh, there's so many things that are better on it. It's a better phone, obviously, but I was content. I was okay until everything started crapping out.
And what is the cost of those? $1,000 or more?
A new iPhone?
Yeah.
Well, I did a trade-in, too. So,
okay.
yeah.
But if you buy one on the street, what are they, like $1,500?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
It matters how much space you want in it and everything.
Oh, my God. And that's another store. Like I said, you go to Apple, always busy. I don't care what time you go. You walk past, if you're in the malls, a lot of people don't go in and out, but it's never a place I walk by and it's not packed.
And they ask, do you have an appointment?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have an appointment?
Yeah, they always say the same thing. And it's always a very young staff who knows everything, and they should because they work there. And they look at you like you don't know what's going on. And I'm like, dude, this is your job. You should know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Apple's definitely a different beast. If you have anything that you were thought you were brainwashed to think you needed, but then really didn't. Maybe if you were down in the dumps, somebody's like, hey, you should take a pills, antidepressants, take some medication. A lot of people got on medication just because everybody thought that was a good thing to do. And maybe you really didn't need it. Maybe you were just feeling blank for a little while. That could be something that our society says that you definitely need. But if you have anything, you can text us or you can call us. And there is The Rock right now on TV. Looks very studious today. He's got his eyeglasses on, ready to go. Wonder if he mentions the dumpster. He says, Dom, what's going on? Stay away from bad food. Again, we had in the first topic, if you got invited someplace, but then you got handled a bill, what would you do? Would you be like, what the hell is this? What am I doing? And how would you feel after it? Like, would that end the friendship for you if you went out to dinner with somebody? Let us know. Also, the GM of the Dallas Mavericks made a huge statement yesterday. He didn't realize that Luka was a big star and the fan favorite. If you have any opinion on that, that's all over there, which is crazy. Charles Barkley jumped right over it. I knew he was going to, too. I was out and about last night. I was trying to catch TNT. I got the Knicks game, and I didn't catch the beginning of it, but I knew he had to go over it. They have to. It was such a big story, and everybody was talking about it all over the place. Yesterday's top stories were that and Sharp. Those were the two things. And Sharp was big in the morning, but when he released the text messages, that's when everybody was like, show me their phone. Did you see this? Like, and show it to you. I'm like, yeah, I saw it. Those were the two definitely the big ones. But yeah, you can call us or you can text us. Don't forget, you get a keyword every hour from our good buddy, what's his name? That's right, Rover. He gives it to you. Kidding. We love Rover in the mornings. Been a staple on Real Radio for a long time. Him and his crew. Always a good morning show. Make sure you guys get your day started with Rover. But he gives you a keyword right now and a chance to win $1,000. And who doesn't want $1,000? Everybody wants $1,000. Just think about what you would do with $1,000. Dom, you said you were going to do what? Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So where would you like to go? Locally? Like somewhere from Florida? Or
even like just like 2 days in New York, 2 nights, two nights anywhere.
All right. Oh, that's cool.
Starting to get nice over there again,
Yeah, it's a little cool. I don't know if $1,000 will get you up there. And maybe
I
like
think it would a great time.
Yeah.
A couple nights in New York with $1,000.
Yeah.
You can. Today is Babania legal? Yeah, it's legal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So there.
That's what I haven't been a long time, but I hear a lot of people saying it just smells like weed everywhere in New York.
yeah.
It's been a while since I've been up there.
Everybody that I know and I have a lot of people I know in New York, New Jersey, because I'm from there, that's their number one complaint. And it gets worse in the spring because people like to sit outside at the restaurants. And it's a big deal for the restaurants.
Which is very interesting because you legally aren't supposed to be doing that. Like you can't just spark up in public.
People do. But they say the same thing in Vegas. Like all my friends in Vegas say, you can. Years ago, the number one thing, the problem in Vegas was getting the little postcards for all the strip clubs. You couldn't go 2 feet. Now they all say to me, you can't go 2 feet without smelling marijuana. Everybody's just getting blown out. And again, the cops are so busy, they're not really worried about it. It was a big problem last year in New York because a lot of restaurants, they don't have a lot of seating. And they obviously, they use the sidewalks, which is a great thing. But if you're having dinner or lunch or whatever, and people are, and you get that smell in the air, that's got to be a deterrent for you. There's no doubt about it. Not you. I know you would enjoy it. But I'm saying other people might be like, what a pain in the ass. I never really, I sat on a sidewalk because you had no choice a lot of times, but I was always worried about the cabs because they're right there. I mean, they're as close as you and me. And there's been times where cabs just, accidentally, well, not only that, they'll take up 8 tables. It's happened. But yeah, the smell thing is something that is, and that's what they were worried about in Florida too. That would happen to it, but obviously it didn't pass. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Get a taco and enjoy yourself and put a smile on your face. We'll come back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
When you look at the jobs that the immigrants into America, illegal or otherwise, tend to take, they legitimately just are jobs that a lot of Americans are never going to do. When you go to a place like an oranges farm.
Yes, an oranges farm, Sean. That's exactly what they're called.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the oranges farm.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Lake Worth road work is blocking the left lane of your on-ramp I-95 North from 6th Avenue South. Look out for delays. Right lane closed to Beeline Highway North after Blue Heron Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's Franny, and we know GimmeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better. With GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway, they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry, or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. Whether you're selling your daily driver, pickup, SUV, or even a supercar, they want it. Just enter your VIN or license plate at GimmeTheVin.com and get an instant offer in minutes.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's the Greek. Rev up, baby, for the after party on Saturday, April 26th in Monrosa Palm Beach. Beautiful ladies are there, and you'll enjoy yourself with a 5-star menu and beautiful ladies all night long. It's April 26th. It's the after party of Barrett Jackson, and it's the beautiful ladies of Palm Beach with you. You'll feel like you have the keys to a beautiful car when you step into Monrosa Palm Beach. April 26th. It is Rev up, baby. Get ready for the party. Be there. Monrosa Palm Beach, 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. That's where the beautiful girls are at. Peace.
Thinking about buying your first home?
Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
This Work Zone Awareness Week, take a moment to think about the people behind the cones. Road workers risk their lives to keep Florida highways safe. Speeding, distractions, and ignoring signs can be deadly. Slow down, stay alert, and follow the rules. It's the best way to protect workers and yourself. Together, we can make a difference. From the Florida Department of Transportation, respect the zone so we all get home.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Brought to you by the Obesity Medicine Association. Millions of Americans have turned to innovative GLP-1 medications to manage the symptoms of chronic conditions, including diabetes and obesity. While name-brand medications were in shortage, the FDA temporarily allowed the production of compounded versions. Now that the shortage is over, enforcement action is needed to ensure patients have continued access to safe and FDA-approved versions of these vital medications. Dr. Lydia Alexander with the Obesity Medicine Association.
The Obesity Medicine Association is the largest organization of physicians, physician associates, and nurse practitioners working daily to improve the lives of patients affected by obesity. There are a lot of questions about what to do now if you've been taking compounded GLP-1 medications.
To learn more about obesity care and FDA-approved medications available, visit www.obesitymedicine.org.
This week on Red Pilled America, we travel back to the dawn of the 16th century to uncover the roots of what it really means to be an American. You think you know the story? Think again. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Car accident? Visit smithball.com to learn more about our past huge results and how we can help.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful rest of the day. Mostly cloudy skies, those white puffy cumulus clouds, in addition to a few of those upper-level cirrus clouds. Mixed with those temperatures climbing into the low and mid-80s, we would be much warmer if it were not for that cloud cover. Onshore wind gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
The future of the NFL is getting written. With the first pick. Right now. The
2025 NFL Draft. Catch Jay Glazer alongside former Jets GM Joe Douglas, College Football Hall of Famer LeVar Arrington, and Fox Sports lead college football reporter Jenny Taft.
Hi, this is Jay Glazer.
LeVar Arrington here. Join us for Draft Night Live on Fox Sports Radio.
Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Just search Fox Sports Radio and make it your next preset on the iHeartRadio app.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Here on Radio.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If somebody can ever fix the heat in here or the temperature, I give them a jar of pickles.
Never happening.
No, I know.
A jar of pickles.
Yeah.
I thought you'd give more than that.
I know, right?
Maybe you're a pickle.
Where is the professionalism? Where
Not
is
here.
Not here.
Not here.
Wrong station.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody did fix this temperature, I would do more than that. Let's put it that way. It is just so unbelievable.
Well, if you have an HVAC company and you want to come by the studio, meet the famous Greek.
I don't think anybody can fix it, to be honest with you. We've had a lot of guys in here, and it's just never it is. It's never fixed. Just not.
You've got a lot of guys in there?
Yeah.
Maybe we should try a woman.
Maybe I should try what?
Yeah, a woman.
You're right.
To fix it.
Yeah, all right. If you're a female and you fix temperatures cost. Because we have not had this fixed for years. And, I mean, it is so cold. It affects like you're shaking sometimes. I'm shaking sometimes.
It's chilly, it is.
There's no doubt about it. But your studio's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unbelievable.
And, like, we're legit, like, right next door. Like, I can see him. Hello? Why,
yeah.
Why is it so different?
Oh, my God. And it's almost like it's a good temperature all the time. Maybe we should switch studios. Maybe we should.
That'd be a lot of work.
That ain't happening. It is the Penthouse on a Freeze Your Ass Tuesday. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Franny's here.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'm just not a big guy. Sometimes I want to. I put socks on today. Like, let me put socks on.
Tom just got those. Just the hits keep on coming.
Yeah, he doesn't let me
Me
finish.
too.
You'd be a terrible hooker. I said I'm not a big guy as far as wearing socks sometimes, and I can't. I gotta wear socks. I mean, it's just that's how cold it is. It really hemps my fashion. Let's put in a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek Trifecta.
All right, Panther fans, step up. Now's the time. We're in Tampa tonight as we take on Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 1, NHL playoffs. This is the start of us defending our crown. Let's go, Panthers. Get a W. And remember, you could hear it on Real Radio, 921-1017. Tonight, Game 1 in Tampa. Hopefully the Panthers did not go to the strip clubs. Marlins got a big W yesterday. They're playing very good. First month of the season, and the Marlins are really doing a lot better than all the experts thought. Their over-under was in the 60s, and they're on pace to break it. So hats off to the Marlins. Doing very good. If you're a fan, get out there. But if you can't get out there, maybe turn on 1230 to Gambler, and you can listen to the Marlins all season long. In the NBA last night, Detroit came to New York and got a victory, 100-94. Boo. 100-95 would have been a lot better for us. And then the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, unbelievable game. He is still one of the best in the NBA. He's been hurt for years, but when he's on fire and he's healthy, he can't be stopped. And last night, he was like 8 for 8.
Yeah, I was about to say, he started, I think, 8 for 8.
Yeah, right out of the gate. I mean, just on fire. And Clippers tied it up. Tonight, the Lakers take on Minnesota again tonight. Oklahoma City is taking on Memphis. That game, I think, will be a little closer. Last time they beat him by 50. If they beat him by 60 tonight, there won't be no game 3. They'll be like, you know what? We're done. Greek's Trifecta is always sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar in Ice Treats, Dubai chocolate right now, and lattes available as we speak. Get over there and enjoy yourself. Have a great lunch or breakfast with Pollard Coffee. Peace.
47142 started off with Real Radio. Says Dom's coming out of his shell. His comments are hysterical. Give it to Greek, Dom. That's from Kevin in Port St. Lucie. And then we were talking about things that we're brainwashed to think that we need. And we mentioned like multivitamin supplements. It's really not a good idea to take all these vitamins and supplements because if they aren't capsules or gel caps, they won't break down in your stomach. Of course, doctors don't tell you that. It's all a scam. And that's from Alan Greenacres. It's his opinion there. Let's see. The famous painter that Greek met at New York Prime was Sherwin-Williams. I don't think it was Sherwin-Williams.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think it was. So we had a topic here, or I did, about how parents spend money on children, and spend money, yes, on children, but a reason why. And a lot of it tends to be guilt, according to this.
I believe it.
Yeah, and I do too. Maybe certain situations, especially maybe if you come from a divorced household or whatever it is. But yeah, they said almost half of parents overspend on kids due to guilt. Ameriprise Financial's new study, Parents and Finances, reveals this. So parents put a lot of pressure on themselves to be perfect. And since no one is perfect, we end up feeling guilty about it. So as a result of feeling like you guys have let your kids down in some way, a lot of us try to make up for it by buying them something. Gee, man, it's almost like you in relationships. Just throw money at it, too. So according to this new study...
I don't think I'm in this article.
52% of... So 3,000 moms and dads surveyed admitted to shelling out money for treats and perks because of it. They found that about 43% of parents say they overspent on an item or an experience, while a third say that they definitely did go over budget. The pressure to be a perfect parent is real, and so is the guilt. They said that they want to provide the best possible life for their kids. So they say the research also reveals that saving for retirement is a top financial goal for parents at 59%, but second, paying for their kids' education, top priority. Nearly 90% of moms and dads polled said that they do plan to help pay for their kids to go to college. Close to half started saving money for this before their child was 5, and 9% started before their child was even born. I say just over a third report that managing day-to-day living expenses, of course, is also an important goal. Got to do that. 60% of parents worry that the trade-offs they're making now will affect their long-term financial goals. They say that moms and dads take on the responsibility of teaching their kids about money. They claim 3/4. It's very interesting because we always hear that kids don't really understand the value until later on.
Mm-hmm.
And they do want their kids to feel responsible, secure, in control about their finances. A bunch of parents say checking items off the family bucket list is very important, with family vacations being the top item at 80%. So it's interesting because it's a website that did that, but we've also heard, and that's why there's so many conflicting polls and studies and reports, a lot of families aren't able to do family vacations like they once were because they are expensive.
Sure.
Especially a family of 4 or 5. I mean, it can get really, really pricey.
I think the divorced parent puts it into a whole different realm than a parent who's home, obviously. And I think when, kids, a divorce is tough on everybody. Nobody wins. It sucks. I mean, it just does. And for the kids, it's brutal. You just, the feelings you go through. I was very lucky my parents were, nice to each other. It wasn't a bad divorce. There was no real issues. And my dad was always around. But I think I said a lot of kids were not around, parents are not around. And it's hard on them because they feel bad. They feel like they're not loved. And all those things that go through. So a lot of times with parents, if they're not around as much, I would see where they want to buy the kid something or do something because, you don't want the kid to be mad at you, obviously, as a parent who wants that. But I think the biggest thing you can give any kid is love. That's number one. And then if you can afford other things in their lives, that's great. But love is the most important thing. But it's a hard situation. And I think if because I think during the course of a day, I'm not a parent. I was never blessed to be one. But if you're, doing your job or driving around, whatever, you think your kids are mad at you or just, it's got to eat at you. You know what I mean? It really does. And, that's why I have so much respect for parents that are out there that are good parents in any situation, whether it's divorce or together. But it's hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy being a parent. My mom always said it's the only job you can't quit. But
it is. Unfortunately, some do.
some
but,
do, yeah. But,
yeah.
She meant
you
herself.
shouldn't.
She meant for herself.
Yeah, of course.
But
it should be the case, right?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it really is because you want, and I think today it's harder because the kids see so much more than we did, even you and your generation, because again, social media is so big. You see so many things. People with cars, vacations. So much stuff that we didn't have that. You had your bubble. Your school and maybe your friends, and that was it. And that's what you knew, and you had your neighborhood or wherever it was, and that was really your canvas of life. Where today, they see so many more things. And, why can't we do this? Or how come we're not going there? Or stuff like that. And I think for parents sometimes, they want the kids to be happy. The education's important, but a kid doesn't realize that growing up. Like, hey, I'm going to pay for your college. When you're 14, 15. You're like 14, 15, you're always like, who's going to buy me a car?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got on the path to working very early in my life because I just wanted my car. And I was like, I don't want to ask him. And I was a baller. So I was just like, I'm going to do what I want. So he couldn't do anything. But other things, like I said, with parenting, it's tough. It really is. And it does affect people more than you realize. But unfortunately, like a lot of things in life, you don't realize it until you become a parent. Like you could break your parents' stones. Maybe as a kid, you think about it. And then when you get older, you look back, you go, man, what the hell was I thinking? I remember a couple issues with my dad with money and stuff like that. He would like flip out. And I would be like, will you calm down? It's not that bad. And he would be like, what's wrong with you?
Shaking you.
Never shaking me. No, never put his hand. But when I had bad news, like really bad, I would always make sure we were in a restaurant.
In public.
Yeah, in public. No, he would never do anything. Never put a hand on me my whole life. But I just, in a restaurant, I knew there was only a certain level that he could go to. And I remember 3 restaurants in particular I was at when I had to give him really bad news. Where we were, what we were doing, and I just was waiting to shoot in. I've told the story before. My dad used to have coffee after dinner, and he would hit his spoon like 6 times back and forth, and then he would drink it. Or, with time, it back and forth. Like
in his coffee cup.
Yeah, he would put the sugar in, then he would hit.
He would stir it around.
Yeah, and I was like, I got to get in there before
that 6?
Yeah.
Before that rotation, that very last rotation?
Yeah, and I knew that. There was, I think, 3 times I had to tell him bad things. That I know he was disappointed and mad.
And I feel like disappointment's worse than mad.
Yeah.
I do. You never want to hear that.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And my brother knew after the fact. He's like, oh my God, I would never tell him. You know what I mean? Because my brother was a saint. He was. I've always talked about it. I was the one a little bit out of the box. But yeah, I always knew I said 5. I'm counting myself 4. 5. I got to go to get shot. I just went right in. Shoom. Said, bad week this week.
Oh, I owe the loan shark.
We didn't get the loan shark level. We knew a lot of them. Bankers. 877-927-6969. What do you think of this comment? Have you maybe spent money on your child because you felt guilty? Or, like, you know what? You wanted to make them happy. Making them happy is different than guilty. It's 2 different things. And again, I think as a parent, you always want to try to teach the kid to do the right thing. And so when you're not there, like my dad would always say to me, I'm not going to be here one day. Of course, you don't want to hear that. But he's like, I hope you don't make bad decisions like the ones you're making now that are so bad. Give us a call, or you can text us at Real Radio 47142, whatever you guys would like. A lot of things on the table. You can bring in whatever you want to this table for Dominic, for myself, for Francis, but any topic that you want to reflect on, let us know. Yes,
I just want to mention Pat McAfee's show's on right now with Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you see what's in the background of Dwayne Johnson right now?
Yeah, it's like a dinosaur head or something.
Okay, how much could that possibly cost to have your own dinosaur head?
Nicolas Cage has one, doesn't he?
I know, but that's
it's a stupid amount of money.
Yeah, that's out there money when you're starting to collect fossils.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
full T-Rex heads and stuff like that.
No, it's stupid money. It is.
Imagine if his daughter came in and she knocked it down right on live TV. It's probably worth like $2.3 million.
Something out there, you know?
I'm sure we can find out, because I know they said how much Nicolas Cage spent on his.
Yeah, Cage went broke, though.
He did. Well, he has all kinds of whacked out memorabilia that's worth a ton of money.
Yeah, he married Priscilla Presley because he was a big Elvis fan. I mean, he was out there. He definitely was. We went years ago thinking of him and how our show goes. It's all over the place. We went on one of these tours of Star Homes, and he was outside his house dumping his garbage, and they went over the thing like, there's Nicolas Cage, and he gave me the number one. It was so funny. He was not happy about it. And you have those little, when you're out in LA, they have these little star maps that you could buy for like $2, but they really work, which I always thought was like hilarious. And people would go like to a local, whatever, get breakfast or lunch, and they would like point it out, like this is where it was. Because at the time we went, Ozzy Osbourne's show was crazy on MTV. And we went up there, me and this girl. It was so nuts, out of control. And it was not gated, which was unbelievable. It was just a street right up, I think it was up Cannon in LA, and just tons of cars. And I mean mansions with big yards and everything. But there was cars up and down. And I was saying to myself, like, these people must have been so mad.
Yeah.
I mean, kids calling frisbees, beach balls.
So I'm looking this up, and this his thing, it's a cast, so it's not real. So I guess he was on Eli and Peyton Manning's podcast or show at one point, and he had mentioned that he got this T-Rex skull, but he was making it seem like it was real, and he was like, yeah, and this was during the show, the Manning cast, I believe, and he was like, it's Stan. And he was like, so as a matter of fact, Stan is the most complete T-Rex skull ever found by paleontologist, a young paleontologist, and his name was Stan. And that's how he got named. He was like, pretty cool, huh? So when he referred to the T-Rex as Stan, dinosaur enthusiasts, and of course, internet sleuths were like, huh. So they're and I guess back in 2020, because this interview was in 2022, a private buyer, still don't know who it was, anonymously purchased a near complete T-Rex skeleton, nicknamed Stan, for almost $32 million at an auction. So everybody's just like, this dude, like they're thinking it's The Rock, he's the anonymous dude. So they said the sale was considered highly controversial by paleontologists. And for a moment, people were like, is Rock Stan's mystery buyer? So the rumor starts sparking. So I guess he then he debunked rumors. He announced on Instagram that his T-Rex skull was actually just a cast. A replica he bought was made by the Black Hills Institute of Geological Research, which is privately owned. He even included a photo of the replica, them making it the team. And he was like, listen, my love, respect, fascination, he loves dinosaurs, curiosity for paleontological, archaeological science runs deep. He was like, but if I was really the proud owner of Stan, $32 million, I sure as hell wouldn't keep him in my office. He was like, he'd be in a museum somewhere else so the world could enjoy him, not somewhere where he could get knocked over. So he's claiming this is just a cast that he had modeled over the real deal.
But I think most people would think like you do. Like it's real. Yeah. I would. I mean, it's The Rock. He's got $200 million. You would think, oh my God.
But even Don made the comment of him having something like that just hanging out in your office. That's what he's saying. He was like, if I did, it wouldn't just be here.
Yep.
$32 million worth.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
But again, I think most people would think what you do. I would think it was real.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I sat in his office, I wouldn't even know what the hell it was. I'd be like, what the hell is that?
You wouldn't know it was a dinosaur skull?
But I wouldn't think it was like worth $32 million is what I'm saying.
Got it.
I would think it was expensive because The Rock had it. But I I don't know. I wouldn't think it was $32 million is what I'm saying. But sometimes you don't know things. We talked Barrett Jackson's this weekend. Last year before we were there, we told the story. Franny looked at some Jeep. I thought it was like
a Bronco. Yeah.
Bronco. I thought it was like, I don't know, 40,000, 38,000. What was it? 450? It
was a lot.
Yeah, it was like $500,000. I would have. Oh my God! I would have screwed the pooch on that one. Like you went over and said, "Hey," and it was nice. It was sharp. But I didn't know, even like when I went to the boat show, that one boat that was...
like an Italian boat. The ones that look like they're like the wood, really, really pretty. Yeah.
It was like $2 million.
They're pricey. So Stan, not surprised. They said he's going to make his appearance because he was purchased in 2020, but nobody's seen her. Like, who got him? So he's going to be displayed at the Natural History Museum of Abu Dhabi. That's currently under construction. And it will be open in 2025.
Oh.
Not surprised that somebody over there bought him for $32 million.
I was about to say, live golf.
Not surprised. He was sold at Christie's, at auction at Christie's.
That's what the golfers are going to get for the next tournament if they win.
Yeah.
That's going to be their grand prize. Pope Francis passed away on Sunday, and I guess he had an autographed baseball. TMZ was reporting that's going to hit the auction. Baseball that he signed, Pope Francis. I'm sure that's going to go for a lot of money. And I do believe his funeral is going to be Saturday. I think that's what they were saying. But you have an autographed baseball by the Pope. And I'm sure people are going to want to bid on that.
Yeah, the funeral will be Saturday. They're going to have a viewing tomorrow ahead of it. They did say, like, complications. He did die of a stroke and something else, but he's been very sick. I did find this interesting. He was very unique, right? Compared to other ones out there, Pope Francis. So they're saying that he, in fact, at one point was a bouncer. Did you know that?
He was?
He was. They said, yes, that Pope Francis, before he was Pope, he was a nightclub bouncer in Argentina.
Wow, I didn't know
They
that.
said he once owned a Harley and all this stuff. They're like, it's not clear if he ever wrote it. It was given to him by the company in 2013 that he worked for, and they said it was auctioned off the following year. But yeah, he was a nightclub bouncer. Very interesting.
Man, that is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody asked you that question for like trivia for a contest, nobody get that right.
Yeah.
And if I say that and repeat it, everybody's gonna go, "You're kidding! You're making that up." I'll say, "Do you know the Pope used to be a bouncer?" See, kids, anything can happen. You just never know what's going to happen in life. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. I don't know who came up with that, but I wish I did. But get a taco on us and put a smile and maybe get a lap dance at Monroe's. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back in a few minutes with some Florida stories and so much more. Peace.
Because your pets are pretty lonely when you're gone. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round one is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Not seeing any major delays on our expressways, the 95 and the Turnpike, both up to speed. We do have road work, Belvedere Road West before Sainsbury's Way. That right lane is blocked. And we're slow Beeline Highway North right after Blue Heron Boulevard. That right lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful rest of the day. Mostly cloudy skies, those white puffy cumulus clouds, in addition to a few of those upper-level cirrus clouds. Mixed with those temperatures climbing into the low and mid-80s, we would be much warmer if it were not for that cloud cover. Onshore wind gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword FUN at realradio921.com. That's FUN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. In the last segment, we were talking about Pope Francis. And Francis brought up that he used to be a bouncer years ago, correct?
Yeah, in Argentina.
Argentina. So Joe Malkin of WJNO, he didn't believe me. I go, Joel. As soon as I said her name, he right away, credibility, sir. And I was trying to get $10 out of him. You know what I mean? I go, he goes, I'll bet you. I want to bet him $10. And $10, it's $10. So I was looking for Franny, and she stepped out for a second and just came back in. So Joel, he said he's going to turn on. It is true. Francis said it.
So did you tell him what you always say? Look it up.
As I did. I said to him, look it up, Joel.
Look it up.
And again, most people would not believe that.
He did it to support himself through college as a student. Cleaned floors, worked at a chemical lab, did a bunch of odd jobs, including being a bouncer.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Buenos
that.
Aires.
Ah, very interesting. Now, would you believe that if somebody told you that?
Not really. Probably not.
No. If I told you that, would you believe it?
Definitely not.
But Freddie would.
Oh, yeah.
Go on Real Radio's Instagram today. Check out pictures of Franny in Vegas. Just had Andrew call us, our kingpin.
It's on our Facebook, too. They all get connected.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. And he was like, he saw the pictures of you and him, and he said, brought back such great memories. He was listening to the show, and he wanted to tell you that he's thinking of you, and it was great to see the picture. And you haven't changed at all.
Hi, Andrew. What's up?
Drew,
you can text me too, buddy.
You're a good man. Well, he just happened to call me.
I know. I saw that. You're like, Andrew, you must have seen the picture.
Yeah, and he did. And he was. You should be happy. He made somebody happy. I mean, he's so excited. He's big time.
Miss that dude.
Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And the next segment, not this one, Dominic's going to tell us about what he really thinks about people we work with. Franny's here.
What's going on?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, we having a whole segment?
I guess so.
I mean, do we have enough time? Let's go. 1 o'clock.
I'm kidding. He loves everybody. Florida stories.
Florida.
I'll get my list ready.
Did you say
I'm from Florida. WTF.
what the Florida?
All right. Well, we are going to start with a Florida man that, well, he stole some booze. And he decided to take the cops on just a little chase. This is one of my favorite. I have to have if I can find the.
Is there any audio?
There's audio and video of it. But yeah,
This guy
the guy just. I mean, and the dude's having like a drink during the chase. It is insane. So I have to see if I can find an embeddable version so I can put it up. But yeah. The dude steals alcohol from a store, leads police on a chase, and then at one point even offers a deputy some of the alcoholic beverage during his pursuit.
Which is crazy.
So the cop on the Facebook page over at Highlands County Sheriff's Office, they're like, strange things happen all the time when you're in law enforcement, but this one, well, this might make the books. They said Richard Christopher Smith of Miami stole several items, including alcohol, and this is from a store on April 19th. So as deputies were on their way to the scene, they learned that the suspected thief was driving around the store, just in circles, just driving around. So when deputies arrived, they were like, oh, the cops are here. He speeds off in a black minivan. Well, at one point during the pursuit, police video shows him slowing down as he's passing deputies. Like, they're going opposite directions. So he slows down.
He's got stoned.
He rolls down his window. They said the deputies ordered him to stop several times, and he's like, nope. Instead, he rolls down his window, rolls by slow, and offers them a Kettle One vodka spritz, like a canned drink.
Oh, my God.
Out the window, and was like, I was just going to give you a drink. That's it. So they were like, we don't know if he was expecting us to say cheers to him or what, and just let him go, the sheriff said. Like, did he want us to be like, all right, cheers, dude? So they said after his toast, which it looked like he was doing, as the deputies described it, he allegedly attempted to ram 2 patrol vehicles. Can't do that. They said that they eventually had to use the spike strips to flatten his tires, so he did stop. It shows Smith, now surrounded by deputies, getting out of his minivan, just puffing on a cigarette, walking over to him super calmly towards a deputy. They said before he was tased, he did go down, but then he got back up again.
Before he was tased. Yeah. Down goes Frazier.
They said a final clip after the whole tasing and everything shows him smiling and looking at the cops going, you guys had fun though, right?
It's awesome.
That is his quote. You guys had fun though, right? Oh, man. The tasing though, he goes down hard, but then he's back up.
Have you ever been tased?
No, I have not.
No, you don't have to be arrested. I'm just asking. Dom, how about you? You're a little freaky.
No, never been tased.
Okay.
Have you?
No.
All right. A final clip captures him. I already said that. Smith is now charged 2 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, battery on a law enforcement officer, 2 counts of resisting arrest, DUI, refusal to submit to a DUI test, petty theft. Next up, in your What the Florida, I don't know if you saw this one, but this is making its rounds where a dude attacked, this is terrible, attacked an 11-year-old girl. It's all over social media. It's all over the news. So this Florida man claims that he's been dealing with eggs being thrown in his apartment. And I guess super paranoid, crazy, whatever the guy may be, he saw this 11-year-old girl walk past his house and just assumed it was her.
Sad.
Right? The video is insane. So this dude is accused now of attacking this 11-year-old girl. And like I mentioned, this is everywhere, Hillsborough County. Deputies say they were called after reports of a man assaulting an 11-year-old victim. Officers said that they arrested Marius Matu during the investigation. He told deputies he went after the girl because he believed she was the one who's been throwing eggs at his apartment. He claimed he was trying to take a picture of the girl to report to her apartment management. Dude, this is not how you handle a situation. Nope. They said, of course, this type of behavior is not only unacceptable, but reprehensible. The safety of our children is non-negotiable, according to the sheriff over there. He said this child endured a terrifying and traumatic experience at the hands of someone who chose to take matters in his own hands. He said, we remain committed to protecting our children, ensuring that those who harm them are held accountable. And that's exactly what happened. So the guy did get arrested. And just, man, scary situation for that girl. But there is video of it if you haven't seen it.
Terrible.
And then finally here in your What the Florida, I said that we had another crazy incident. And we did. And this one is with a postal worker. So this United States postal worker was arrested. It was earlier this month in Melbourne after she was driving. She was going through her little normal route, right?
Okay.
And there was a house party. And she was like, oh, cool, house party. So she stopped by the house party and she got a drink from the house party.
You're kidding.
Caitlin Dye, 33, was arrested on April 12th, charges of DUI. So they said that they were notified that this USPS mail truck was driving in the opposite travel lane and that the driver was throwing plastic Solo cups outside of the vehicle.
Oh, my
When the
God.
officers arrived, they saw the mail truck driving west on East University Boulevard before making a U-turn to head east. Police said the truck swerved in and out of its lane and traveled into the opposite lane, even when they saw her. Officers pulled over the mail truck and saw her. She appeared to be confused, disoriented, they said. The officers conducted field sobriety exercise and said her results were indicative of someone under the influence. When questioned her, she said that she was delivering to a home on Riverview Drive when she was invited inside to a house party during her route. She told police that she had a couple shots of vodka before she was pulled over.
Crazy.
The officer's like, well, why are you swerving in and out of traffic? And she said it was because she had fallen asleep while driving.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. They also asked about her cup that was thrown out of the vehicle that people saw. And she said, oh, it was just water. I used to swish my mouth so I wouldn't smell like alcohol.
That's nice.
Police said they also spoke with witnesses who called in the incident, reported seeing the mail truck on US 1, which was not even close where they pulled her over, where they said she almost struck multiple vehicles as the truck was swerving on the roadway.
Oh, God, so bad.
Wasted. And she was booked into the Brevard County Jail. And that is your What the Florida.
Very interesting. I mean, that's definitely mail carrier just driving through the neighborhood.
Just getting wasted. And somebody's like, hey, you want to come to a house party? She's like, yeah, let's do this. I'm not working. They can wait for their mail.
And that's it. Now your job's done,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. George Clooney was doing an interview yesterday. He's back on Broadway. I know, you know what? This might be his first time ever on Broadway. He's dyed his hair really black. He's very uncomfortable with it. But he said him and his wife have never had a fight in 10 years. Do you believe that? I don't know. Maybe because they had such a perfect life, I guess. 2 kids and he's
when I hear that all the time, I just can't believe it because everybody argues.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it doesn't have to be a full out World War III or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be but there's going to be spats.
There usually is.
When you spend that much time with somebody, and maybe they don't. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But yeah, he said in their decade-long marriage, he said that they have never had a fight. I did see that.
It sounds almost not believable. I think it was Gayle King who was interviewing him.
It was.
And she was looking at him. He goes, no, I'm telling you, we don't. I know they have twins. And he, praised her up and down, which was very nice. It's always nice when somebody does that about their spouse and just said, I'm the luckiest guy in the world and all that stuff. But he said, yeah. And I guess the last time he was interviewed by Gayle King was earlier in his marriage, and he said, we never had a fight. So she brought up, she was like, you're fighting yet? And he said, no, we've never had a fight. It sounds a little unbelievable. But
he said, we're trying to find something to fight about. I was like, oh, that's good for you. Just kidding. But yeah, he said, I feel so extremely extraordinary lucky to have met this incredible woman, and I feel as if I hit the jackpot. And it sounds like it does. If that's the case, then that's fantastic. He said there isn't a day that goes by where I don't think that I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
I would too if I was George Clooney.
Yeah. He said, so it's great. He said that what really helps too is he said that, and it truly is all about communication. If you can communicate without raising your voice, and that's a lot of times what does cause fights.
Yeah.
He says that, communication with her in general, he said it's the easiest thing by far.
Which is nice.
And so that's why we've never had a fight.
Don, we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Chris on the phone.
Chris, what's happening?
What it do, Penthouse?
How are you today, Chris? Good to hear your voice. Love your energy. What's happening?
Every day above ground is a good day, brother.
Well, that's a great attitude to have. You know what? I think if a lot more people adopted that, they would stop bitching about stupid things in their life, like their cell phone not working, stuff like that. That's irrelevant.
Absolutely. I was listening to Franny give the What the Florida stories and the guy that tried to hand the cops the alcohol.
Yeah. You knew him?
No. Let's just say I know a guy. I happened to be with someone one time. Not me. Back before weed was legal, and got pulled over, and the police officer found it. And after he wrote said person a ticket, said person asked for it back.
Oh, wow. So you asked the cop for it back.
Wait, no, he's not talking about himself. He's talking about somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Greek.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention again.
Follow along.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. That's a bad habit of mine. That's why I've sent champagne over to girls that are married. So what happened?
It was nothing. It was really good, and the cop just laughed and said, you know what, I've never had that happen or asked before, and told me just take my ticket and have a good... said name ticket and have a good day. Dang it. I keep slipping.
So how blown out were you when you asked the cop or your friend? How blown out was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a good time. Let's just say that.
All right. Well, you got another connection with another listener there, Dom. You guys can bow around together.
Why has it got to be Dom put in that situation?
Well, this is before he partook. This is something else. I don't think he was talking about being blown out with marijuana.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We apologize.
Hence you not listening again.
That's not me not listening.
Not listening? No way.
I know. Crazy, right?
Listen.
Crazy.
I do. I listen. What else is going on?
Quick thing, Greek.
Yes, sir.
Nothing much. Hey, do you like the Heat and the line and everything else with the game?
No, I don't think the Heat have a chance. I really don't. Cleveland's a very good team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're the best team in the East for a reason. I think maybe Miami gets a win. But going by the first game, I would think that Cleveland takes care of them in 5 games. I think it'll be them in Boston. In the West, it'll be Oklahoma City and maybe the Clippers. See what happens. Again, you got a lot to play yet. It's still early. But I think Cleveland's a very deep team and a very good team.
Way to believe in the Heat. Gosh, Greek, you might as well say they suck like Dom.
No, it's an opinion. If it's your team, and for what I do for a living, believe it or not, I get paid for this, you got to be honest. I don't think they have a chance. I was surprised that they won the 2 games that they did, to be honest with you. I thought they might lose in Atlanta, but they played very well. They beat Chicago, and they were the first time in this new format that's been around the NBA for the last 4 or 5 years to win as a 10 seed. So hats off to that. But they're not strong enough for a Cleveland team. Anything could happen, but I'd be shocked if they, if they ended up winning.
Oh, well, as always, Franny, way to go this week, man. You're at work. I've heard you all week on the radio.
It's only Tuesday, so just give it some time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We're only 2 days in, Chris.
Yeah, it's only 2 days in.
That's what I'm telling you. It's encouragement.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah. You know, and Dom, you just suckage is always awesome as always. You know what I mean? I love it. You know what I mean? It's great. And Greek, just keep being Greek, man. There's nothing else to say. Just do you, big dog.
Thank you for the kind words, and I agree with you 100%, without a doubt.
Yeah, Dom sucks. You agree. Thank you.
Dom doesn't suck. He's unique. I can't ever say Dom sucks. Other people in the company, yes. Other people I work with, yes. We're going to go over Dom's list after 135 of people he doesn't like in a company and people who we think do not do a good job. Dom's being a dick.
Dom's
The background with Franny is so funny when you hear her voice. It cracks me up. I love the Franny outtakes. They're strong. If you can give me a couple of those, they are just hilarious. They crack me up. I've had people come up to me and they're like, my God, those are so funny. They are.
Bitch, you know how I take my coffee.
Yeah.
I love to sit and chat, but crack don't smoke itself. See you next Tuesday, bitch. Herb Stomper bitch ass again. What a dick move. Basic bitch white girl. Boobs in your face. It's so tough. There's that bitch. I'm far from it. Just get really aggressive when I do Florida stories. I just do.
Oh, my God.
Just got to get into character.
Yeah, that's right. Tries to always end it with the nice one. But, yeah, definitely funny. Now, Dom, you have drops of Franny and I. Do you have any drops of yourself?
Just one, I think, so far.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. You want it?
Yeah, sure.
I'll pick the dildo.
You'll take the what?
I'll pick the dildo.
Oh, yeah, that was one. I thought that was a T-shirt. I'll pick the dildo. Yeah, if you see Dom out, say that to him. He likes to pick his own dildos when he's out and about. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. $1,000 on the line. Come on, let's go. Because imagine if you were out and there was $1,000 on the ground and you saw it. You go after that. 2 seconds. You'd be like, come on. That's what you got to do with this. Get the keyword from Rover and then make it happen, and you could win $1,000 and spend it on anything you want. Franny said she put in the bank. Some people might pay a bill. Dom said he'd go on a vacation in New York and hang out. But let us know what you would do. But first of all, get that $1,000.
Or maybe you would rent an old guy. Yep, Japan is doing that right now. And there's kind of a sweet thing behind it, but it does sound weird.
You can rent Greeks?
They said that in Tokyo. There's a company that started an old guy rental service. And so I guess this has been going on for a while, but now it's just starting to get some light. Yeah, so old guy rental service. This happened about 13 years ago to help older men feel more valued.
Oh, that's so
People can rent these guys for about $7 an hour.
Not bad.
And at first people thought it was kind of strange or even creepy, but over time the service has become more and more accepted. Now many people use it to talk, get advice, or just to spend time with someone.
Which is nice.
Nishimoto, who is also a fashion consultant, wanted to change how society sees older men because he believes that they have a lot to offer.
I agree.
Right?
Women
The service has helped many older men feel useful again, and some have become popular with regular clients. They said people rent them for different reasons, like needing somebody to listen to, helping with tasks, or just to hang out and get some wisdom from them.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
we should start that here.
It does. It sounds weird though. Rent an old guy,
well,
but
it's different than a hooker.
Like I said, it's been going on for 13 years, and they said that it's working out. As I mentioned in the beginning, weird, but now they're like, you know what? I actually really do like it.
In our country, it's said, I've said it many times, the older you get, the less respect you get, which is bad. Other countries, it's not like that. But I think that's very nice.
What's your going rate?
Right now, for an hour? Well, I think it's got to be a little over minimum, but you don't want to make it too much. So am I talking or am I actually hanging with the person?
Well, it sounds like you might even give advice, so I don't know.
I don't know. I want to make it reasonable. $250, $300.
All right, so $7.
Yeah, they do $7 an hour here.
$250 for G.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's unique. I mean,
well, they started with one, and now they have 70 available countrywide guys.
That's awesome.
And he said that they get about, I don't know, they said so far they fielded about 30,000 requests.
I could do this in Boca. I could clean up. Start going around. Hey, you want to be rented? What's your going rate? You know, I got to put on something for the house, obviously. Rent a guy for like $10, maybe charge $25, $15 to the house. I mean, it's not bad. Wisdom is great. You can learn something from everybody. If you think that every day, you'll be in a better place. There are a lot of people out there who have experienced life and can tell you certain things, or maybe just give you advice that would be different than maybe what you're used to hearing, or your friends or your family who a lot of times sugarcoat it. I think that would be cool. I really would. I mean, some people have it now. It's called a therapist, who I believe is a big con job behind the weatherman. I mean, the weather guy. We got to see somebody in the weather get fired. We just did one day. Just to make it feel like it's legit. Because every day we never see anybody get fired.
I don't want anybody to get fired.
Well,
we don't know for that.
G does.
Blanks and giggles. Well, if they get the weather wrong. I'm just saying. No, just a little bit sometimes. Down in Miami, the weather is the best down there. They do the best reports down there, and it's just like...
Oh, partly sunny with the chance of rain in the afternoon.
He doesn't even listen. He just watches the girls. That's what he's talking about.
And you like the South America weather channels.
That's what he's talking about. He mutes it. He doesn't even pay attention to what they're talking about.
My buddy came in and goes, "You watching the weather?" I'm like, yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Might be a little rainy this afternoon. It is the Penthouse. This show is definitely unique. There's no doubt about it. 3 different characters, something for everybody. That's what I like to say about the Penthouse. And something about the show I always say, it's just like sex. It's always good. Some days it's better. It is the Penthouse, and we'll come back with a trifecta and so much more in the Penthouse on a Taco Tuesday. Get a taco on us and go to Monroe's this afternoon and get a lap dance.
I'm not finishing my joke. I'm not doing it. Nope.
Don't you do it there, you periwinkle. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Watch out for the fish taco.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
When you look at the jobs that the immigrants into America, illegal or otherwise, tend to take, they legitimately just are jobs that a lot of Americans are never going to do. When you go to a place like an oranges farm.
Yes, an oranges farm, Sean. That's exactly what they're called.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the oranges farm.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Drive times on the Turnpike at 95 look good and are up to speed. We have roadwork slowing us down. Beeline Highway North right after Blue Heron Boulevard. And the left lane of your on-ramp is blocked. I-95 North from 6th Avenue South. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about fun Mother's Day gifts, all for under $15? Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Do you have multiple broken or missing teeth? Think you can't afford dental implants? The care team at Eric's Dental Group may be able to help. Eric's Dental Group, a unique dental implant practice, focuses on helping patients use their medical insurance to pay for life-altering dental implant treatment. You may qualify to receive total full mouth restoration for just your deductible and co-insurance fee. Full mouth restoration for just your deductible and co-insurance fee. Eric's Dental Group is in-network with Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO and Florida Blue and work with most employer-based insurance. Your insurance company will never volunteer to help. That's where Team Eric's comes in. They guide you through the medical insurance bureaucracy. They do it every day, and they're great at it. If you have Blue Cross Blue Shield and you're ready to change your life, search for Eric's Dental Group right now. That's Eric's Dental Group. Your insurance company will hate it. Your family will love it. Step up and visit them now. ericsdentalgroup.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Rev up, baby, for the after party on Saturday, April 26th in Monroe's of Palm Beach. Beautiful ladies are there, and you'll enjoy yourself with a 5-star menu and beautiful ladies all night long. It's April 26th. It's the after party of Barrett Jackson, and it's the beautiful ladies of Palm Beach with you. You'll feel like you have the keys to a beautiful car when you step into Monroe's of Palm Beach. April 26th. It is Rev up, baby. Get ready for the party. Be there. Monroe's of Palm Beach, 7 days a week, open at 5 a.m. That's where the beautiful girls are at. Peace.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
What the Florida is brought to you by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Mo Better Garage. We make it Mo Better.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful rest of the day. Mostly cloudy skies, those white puffy cumulus clouds, in addition to a few of those upper level cirrus clouds. Mixed with those temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s, we would be much warmer if it were not for that cloud cover. Onshore wind gusting anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Medical marijuana made easy. Get approved for your card today at mmjhealth.com.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in on a Tuesday. Tuning in on a Tuesday here in the Penthouse.
What are you laughing at over there?
I know. We are. I got distracted because you ran in so quickly. We
Don't distract. You're a professional.
we are such a professional. If you have not been paying attention the past, week or so, we are giving away $1,000 up to 13 chances a day. We want to put $1,000 in your hand. And if you miss that 1 o'clock keyword, well, I'm going to give it to you again.
Nice.
That 1 o'clock keyword is what we have every day here in the Penthouse. Fun.
Yes.
F-U-N. Take fun. Enter it. RealRadio921.com. Good afternoon. This is Franny. Of course, we have Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hey there.
And we got G-Man. Hi, Gary.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for bringing me into the show. I appreciate it. I want to thank the Academy and the man upstairs. Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, this is it, hockey fans. Panthers tonight, game 1 in Tampa. Let's go. Let's go. Got to root on the Panthers. Let's go, Cats. Defend that crown. Stanley Cup champs. Let's do it again. Game 1 tonight, and you could hear it on Real Radio. Hats off to the Marlins. They got a victory yesterday. They beat the Reds. So the Marlins are playing good so far, and they are on pace to go over their number for the season total. A good first month for the Marlins, where many experts thought they were going to be a disaster. They still may be. But up to now, they are playing good ball. In the NBA last night, the Pistons went into New York, Madison Square Garden, and got a big victory, 100-94. If it was 100-95, I wouldn't be here today. 1 point kills you. But they did win, and the Clippers won 105-102. Tonight, Pacers and Bucks in the NBA. Bucks and Minnesota, and the Grizzlies take on the Thunder. Thunder beat them the other day by 51 points. Expect a different game tonight, a little bit closer. You would hope. Right? I mean, can Memphis lose by more than 50 tonight?
What's the winning margin? What bet would you take? Is it over 20? Do they have something like that?
Oh, they have 16-20 or over 20. I'm going to go with Thunder 16-20 plus 325. I mean, again, I just do it for the odds. And I'm just in doing to have fun because I'm bored and I have no life. Greek's Trifecta is always sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Soon at Pollard Coffee in our area, right in our backyard, which I'll be excited about that. And they do have Dubai chocolate and lattes available as I speak. Peace. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. We talked about this earlier today. This is the portion of the show where Dom's going to have his grievances against everybody in the company.
Are we doing that now?
That's it? Are we doing this?
I had a different story if you want to talk about.
Go ahead.
What's going on with Kanye? Have you seen what's going on with Kanye?
I'm never surprised with him. I mean, every day.
Talking about like a sexual relationship he had with his male first cousin.
Yeah, ancestral relationship with his first cousin, claiming that he's did some oral sex and stuff like that. Whoa.
He's out there. I mean, I don't even know like when people read his stuff anymore if they believe it or not. You know, he's definitely out there. There's no doubt about it. And he's definitely fallen off the wagon. I mean, he's not normal, at least the things he tweets and the things he has there on social media. But, yeah, I'm sure Kim Kardashian deals with a lot of stuff. because he is the father of those 4 kids. That, you know what? No matter what, he's going to be in their lives for years to come. But yeah, he's definitely he's out there. He really is.
Yeah, he's got a song called Cousins that's out, and if you listen to the words, you can hear exactly what happened, and we don't have to get exactly into it, but yes, people are a bit surprised, even though, as G-Man mentioned, it is him, so are we shocked anymore? But yeah, he made a pretty bold declaration about his incestuous relationship with his cousin, and I guess there's a song all about it that has some pretty jaw-dropping lyrics, and I did read some of them, and yeah, but it is.
Yeah. And again, I don't really think he thinks much about, into his children that are going to hear stuff like this and things like that. But it's just Kanye. Like I said, I'm not shocked anymore of anything he says. He's been saying crazy stuff for the last year and a half. At the beginning, I think it was more of a shock value to everybody. Like you were almost like, I can't believe what he, put on social media or he said. But now it's just Kanye being Kanye. And I also think like where he's like, I got to up it. You know what I mean? Where he may think like, okay, I'm going to say this and this will be bigger. I don't know.
It was like a month ago he came out in that black KKK outfit during a podcast.
Yeah.
And now it's this. It's like, what's next, Kanye?
There will be something else. I don't think he's going to go away. It's just who he is. He's
Kanye to space.
Yeah, he's different. He definitely is. And I think over the years he's gotten worse.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he was that bad years ago with different things. The only time I ever saw him do bad, behavior that didn't make sense is when he grabbed the award from Taylor Swift. And that was crazy. And what was that, MTV?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, when he went up on stage and he said, you don't deserve the award.
Beyonce does.
Yeah, Beyonce does. That was pretty crazy. She looked like she was in shock.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She didn't tell him to do it.
Yeah. You see a lot of things on TV, and the same thing when Will Smith, when he did that. I think everybody was on Will Smith is the same thing as Kanye. And I'm like, is this real or is it planned? Like, you couldn't even tell. It was so shocking. And that's when the first time I saw him have a little crazy behavior.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I don't know if this is true or not, but there's reports that, so they're remaking the Bodyguard movie, which I don't know. I guess that's just what they do. They remake movies. But they said that, so according to this, I thought, and a lot of people thought that Taylor Swift was going to be the one who was up for the running to play the title role that Whitney Houston did years ago. And now there's reports saying that there's a little bit of a feud brewing between him and Taylor Swift, which there already was. They're brawling again because they're both want to be in this. They both want the same character. They both want to be in this role, in this new Bodyguard that they're going to be doing, the remake, shall I say. So everybody was convinced it was going to be Taylor Swift taking the lead role. But yeah, they seem to be battling over it. There are reports saying that Kim Kardashian is in the running for the lead.
Really?
I know.
She acts a little. I've seen a couple little things that she's done.
A little.
Yeah, she doesn't sing, obviously. They can always dupe out her voice. I heard it was Taylor Swift and Kevin Hart. He was going to be the bodyguard. And it was going to be a little bit of a size thing. And,
are you sure it's not the other way around? Taylor Swift is the bodyguard?
Maybe, yeah, that's what it was going to be. They were going to switch it. Actually, Dom, you're right. That's the way it was. Kevin Hart was going to be his singer, and she was going to be the bodyguard.
I mean, I feel like they could even find better people, the two of them, to take Whitney Houston's role. Because as you mentioned, Taylor, don't get me wrong, she is a talent. She is clearly, look what she's done. But when you think of a voice, I don't think her right away. Definitely don't think Kim Kardashian. I mean, you would think that there would be other people to reprise the role because Whitney Houston sang
the whole time.
Yeah.
And that soundtrack made huge soundtrack.
I mean, she sang.
Yeah. Like I would pick Adele over Kim.
Something.
Yeah.
And even over Taylor, like something that's just got that big, beautiful voice. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, but I guess they're looking for somebody that would be believable to the audience. And
maybe not even believable, but will sell tickets.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And I was going to say, and sell tickets. Taylor Swift will sell tickets. There's no doubt. More than Kim.
Yeah, and the two of them could associate their brands with it and everything and make, so much more money.
Yeah, I think definitely Taylor Swift, if she's in anything. I don't know if she wants to act or she would do it. And maybe they'll get Kelsey to be her bodyguard.
She was in this one film. Was it Valentine's Day? I can't remember. There was a bunch of other couples. I want to say that Jennifer Aniston was in it. I got to look. I think it's called Valentine's Day. And Taylor Swift was a young Taylor Swift in her early 20s. She was adorable. She was really good in it. And it was a who's who. It's one of those movies where they show like different couples, their scenarios that are going on. And so they don't really intertwine.
It is Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day movie. And she was. Taylor Swift did really good, but I haven't really seen her in much else than that.
Hollywood
but it's got Jamie Foxx, Jessica Alba, Taylor Lautner, Patrick Dempsey. I mean, it was a who's who of cast. Anne Hathaway, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Garner, Julia Roberts is in it, Jessica Biel. Yeah, it was a hell of a cast, but everybody had their own little storyline.
I didn't see it, but it sounds like a great cast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that if Taylor Swift gets into the movie, I mean, it'll just her fans alone. I mean, it'll crush it more so than Kim.
Oh yeah,
I think so because. To me, Kim's got a lot of haters too, both ways. And she's not a singer. Like right away, you'd be like, it's not true. The Whitney thing was, I think, because she was such a singer and obviously such a big star.
Unless they do a different storyline where it's not about a singer, it's about an actress or whatever the case may be. I mean, I guess you can always switch up the storyline. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Greek wants a weather guy to get fired, but he continues to make up his own language daily. I get a kick out of his latest read for a water filter company and his new word. Filtration.
Thank you.
Filtration. But I guess it's filtration.
It's a show, by the way. I don't want anybody to get fired. I'm kidding. My God. We'll put disclaimers on everything. I don't want anybody to get fired.
Good.
If I want anybody to get fired, I start in this building. 877-927. Look at Tom's eyebrows. 6969. That's a number to call. You're safe, Tom. You're safe. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. We had a couple different things on the table today, but you can bring up anything you want. But one of the things we had was if you got invited to a party and they said, get whatever you want, but then you were given a tab, how would you react? And would that end a friendship with the people? Would you be like, hey, I'm out. I'm not going through this. I'm not going to go out and be invited to dinner. And then next thing you know, I get a tab. I said earlier, I think it's wrong if you go out to dinner with somebody and you're not a drinker and they are. I don't think the tab should be split 50-50. But sometimes it's just the way it turns out, where it does say, well, this is what it is. But splitting tabs could always be a little bit of an odd. Is it odd to you if you ever sit down with people and everybody's like, and I don't think it is, but some people are like, hey, separate checks right from the beginning?
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's easier that way than waiting till the end and then having people like, well, can you take this off and put this on this tab? Yeah, I've seen it happen, especially if there's a big group. When the server comes, be like, hey, the two of us are on one tab. We've done it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Tom?
I have something else I want to listen to real quick.
Hey, it's the Greek for Alini Water Filtration System. Call them today, 954-646-7402. I didn't think it'd make a difference in my life, but it does. Jump in the shower, and I come out feeling like a perfect 10. Walk over to my faucet, get some water, and I'm happy because you know what? I'm saving money, and it's good for my health. It's simple, it's safe, and it's clean.
What do you say? It works.
Hassle.
It works.
Call them today, 954-646-7402. Alini Water Filtration System. It'll make a difference in your life, and it makes a difference in my life. Soon as I get out of bed, I feel like a winner. Peace.
Thank you so much, Dominic. Dom's last show today will probably be today. We're probably going to probably after the Greek song. We won't be on tomorrow. He was getting terminated. And he's going to talk to his parents tonight.
If it works, it works. If we have a texter. If it works, it works. At least they know. Somebody texts at 47142 said Kelly Clarkson or Ariana Grande would be a good lead role in The Bodyguard. So, yeah, they both have great voices. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm trying to think about when that came out. That movie seemed like it got bigger and bigger as time went on. And obviously she passed away.
That was definitely, yeah.
The soundtrack was, the soundtrack was unbelievable. I mean, every song on that thing was
I Will Always Love You was like the major song.
And I think that Celine was supposed to have that song. Didn't she give that to her or something like that?
I Will Always Love You is a Dolly Parton song.
Oh, you're right. Dolly Parton, yeah. And Kevin Costner did a great job. I mean, I don't know who they can get today. Tom Cruise? Maybe. When he's not doing Mission Impossible. I still can't believe he does all those stunts. Cannot believe it that he flies all those planes and jumps off the stuff and the buildings. Man, it's unbelievable that he has that unbelievable talent. He was talking. He was on a subway in New York one time, and he had a hat on, and nobody noticed him. And he got through almost the whole ride. And then there was one girl that looked over at him, and he just went to her like, "Shh, don't say anything." And then he got off the subway, and it was pretty funny. I mean, he's got a hat on. He could probably go by. There's some people that there's no way.
And he's not like, a huge figure, like tall wise.
No, he's 5'7", 5'8".
Mhm.
I mean, he's pretty short too. I mean,
he could blend in though to the crowd.
Yeah. And I think if you got a hat on, a jacket, you don't have an entourage, different things like that, you can get through it. The subway, I don't know about taking a subway. I mean, you can beat some risky people down there in New York. It's not a safe place. It just isn't. But let us know if you think about anybody who could play these two roles that they're coming out with the Bodyguard again. 877-927-6969. Or you could text us at Real Radio 47142. Remember, you get a chance a day, 13 times a day to win $1,000. And $1,000 is awesome. Who wouldn't want that? We haven't had a winner yet. We need one. Ladies and gentlemen, please do this. Pope Francis was a bouncer years ago. Franny brought that up. People didn't believe it, but J&O, Joel came up to me and Brian and said, we looked it up. You are wrong. We were sorry. Greek, make an apology. It's something that if you said to somebody, you would never think that he was. There are certain things that you hear of other people that you're like, man, that's what he did or she did. But yeah, he was a bouncer years ago in his life. Joe Rogan's been speaking a lot about a lot of different topics. He's got an unbelievable podcast. He says McGregor is done. He will never step back into the ring again. He just says that his career's finished and you won't see him box anymore, and he doesn't need to.
Now, this is his personal opinion, or he's talked to him?
This is his personal opinion. And I believe that he probably knows something anyway. McGregor's been gone how long? Since he broke his leg?
I think it's almost 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, it's a long time. I mean, he's got so much cash right now, too. With his liquor company, different thing. He's still the biggest name, I think, in UFC. I'm not a UFC guy. You are, obviously. But I think if he had a fight tomorrow against somebody, it'd be sold out in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Maybe down the road he does something, but he just, he's definitely a personality. There's no doubt about it.
The only thing I can see him doing is an exhibition fight. Just like Floyd.
Yeah.
Try to make some money. It's not a, real fight, so it doesn't go on his record, and that's what he would do.
Yeah, he's definitely a personality. People like him, and just as many people don't like him. But he shot up out of nowhere within the last 10 years in UFC. And when you say his name, he's probably, I don't know any other name in UFC that the average person would know.
I have two, maybe Ronda Rousey.
Oh, the girl, yes.
The girl.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar, just because he kind of went WWE. He also did some films and stuff like that. Big guy.
Yeah, Ronda, yeah, no doubt about it. She was in a lot of films.
She was before Conor, too.
Yeah, she was in Entourage. She was in a couple, action movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was big. I mean, and she did well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she won for, a couple of years in a row?
Yep.
But it's you're a UFC fan, and you're saying, only two names that would be known.
You don't think, a John Jones or anything like that would be very well known?
I'm talking the average fan, not a UFC fan. He's had a great career. There's no doubt about it, but I don't know. He could probably walk down the street and nobody would know who he was.
Good point.
Yeah. McGregor, no. There's no way.
John Jones has two other brothers in the NFL, so people might, you're, him.
Yeah, he hasn't lost, right? Or did he lose one?
No, he got a no contest because he did an illegal move, but that legal move is now legal, so.
He's undefeated?
Technically, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. It really is. And what is he, 50-0?
I think he's 28-0.
Oh, 28? Mm-hmm. He fought 2 years ago, correct?
Yeah, John Jones. It's been a minute now.
Did you see him?
No.
Oh, I thought that was one in Vegas. 877-927-6969. That's the number you can call, or you can text us. Bring up anything you guys want on the Penthouse. Don't forget, after us, it is always the Greek Zone and then the News Junkies. They take you through. But the Panthers tonight, Panthers are playing game 1. Dom says them and the Heat are going packing. You got to give him credit because we are the home of the Panthers, but he's just giving his honest opinion, and I do appreciate that. It is going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about it. And Tampa does have home ice, so we'll see what happens. And the draft is Thursday. Who are the Dolphins going to pick in number 13? And do you think they're going to get rid of Tyreek Hill? Some more bad news yesterday, again, with Tyreek and his wife. I guess he threw her out of the house and took the kid, and just some more drama. and he just doesn't seem to be able to get out of his own way, which is not a good thing. We'll see how the Dolphins, and if there's going to be a trade, it might happen in the next 48 hours, because when the draft goes on, that's when, you know what, a lot of teams try to move up or make different moves, and we'll see if anybody wants Tariq. It is the Greek, Don. Thanks for a unique day, as always. You are definitely an individual that should work on his resume. Oh my God! I just don't. I don't know. I don't think all the light bulbs are on. I just don't. But thanks for all your help today. If you want to take the Greek zone off, you can today. We appreciate it. Franny,
yeah,
you're always a star, but boy, do I appreciate you.
Oh, goodness.
A lot now.
Oh my goodness.
I really do. Thanks for all your help.
Did you see all the things he threw?
I just can't. Oh, yeah. So,
good job. Thank you for all your help.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Let's go. Thank you.
There's
for
no show
everything.
tomorrow. I'm telling you now. No show tomorrow. We're going to help Dom work on his resume.
I love it. Thanks, Dom. Thank you for listening. Thanks, G-Man.
It's been a pleasure, Franny.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can still talk. It's not like you're not going to talk to her anymore. Franny keeps in touch with everybody. It is the Penthouse. Greek Zone's back. We got Josh Cohen calling in and Defo. I don't know if Huckleberry's going to be here, but we'll see. We don't know if he's going to be here or not. We'll be back in a few minutes. Your chance to get another keyword, another $1,000 by Rover. You can always count on Rover. I mean, he'll give you the keyword and make the money. You guys can get $1,000. It is the Penthouse. Peace.
Got YouTube? Yeah? Us too. Just search Real Radio 92.1 on YouTube. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round one is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333